Hi everyone. Hopefully this doesn't flop. First of all, I'm kind of serving tonight's news at 7 right now, but that's beyond the point. I'm really hoping that this doesn't lag. I've been having some major issues with lag and stuff like that.
Hi
Unfortunately.
everyone.
Ooh.
Hopefully this doesn't flop.
First of all, I'm kind of Okay, wait. Okay, sorry. It is a little laggy, but I think we'll be able to do it. All right. Hello. I swear, Swiggle, you're always there to be like, you're muted, sis. Try again. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm a mute. The thing is, this time I didn't mute because I can mute my mic physically, but then I can also mute my mic, like, I can mute my mic uh like via the software I use to stream. So I always have to double check now because usually it's because I mute my physical mic. So I checked that, but then I forgot that I muted myself. But yeah, hi everyone. Hello Andy. Hello LD. Hello Swiggle. Hey, oh my girl fan. Hello Aaron Yeager. Speaking of Aaron Yeager, I didn't get to watch the new episode today, so I had to avoid Twitter like the plague. They always spoil things for me because things will start trending and I'm like, okay, this person's gonna come back or die or something crazy is gonna happen. But hello everyone, thank you for coming through. I had some technical difficulties yesterday. So yesterday I did push back the stream because Jazz couldn't stream yesterday. So I was like, oh, I want to do it with her because I feel like the show's just better when I have her on the show with me. And then, but I did try to stream on like Twitch just to like compensate the fact that I wasn't streaming that Saturday night. But it just like it was just really bad. So I was like, I spent a lot of today, probably like upwards towards 4 hours, just trying to figure out why my why my stream was acting a damn fool. But hopefully it doesn't. It seems to be, even though it says that my connection's poor on YouTube, it seems to not be skipping. Okay, it's moved to good. It seems to be doing. So it's a bit laggy. I can tell that you guys are kind of far behind me, but hopefully that won't mess with the actual stream too much. Right now, we're in pre-stream mode. I'm just waiting for Jazz because she was having a bit of trouble with her headphones. So I'm probably going to call her in a bit. But hello. Um, so am I on Mountain Time? I'm Eastern Standard Time. So right now it's 9 for me, 9 p.m. And I want to do a poll. I don't know. Can I do a poll in here? I don't know. I want to do a poll because I was like talking to my sister. She a lot of the time like gives me advice and stuff like that and helps me with like YouTube stuff. Um, Hold on. Yeah. So like I was like, okay, the thing is with where the K-pop news cycle works, it can always be so topsy-turvy because sometimes there's a lot of news, right? So if I stream everything at the end of the week, I miss a lot of like the news cycle. But then other times it be dry, y'all. Like I'm not even gonna lie. It be dry as hell. So like sometimes I'm like struggling to find topics to talk about. And so there's two things I wanted to do. I wanted to see like whether like right now I'm trying to like focus on doing like one good show a week, but if like bumping it up to two shows might help people who tend to miss the show, and or having a place where we can like people can submit topics essentially to talk about on the show. All right, y'all mull over that and I'm going to go get Jazz. So I will see y'all in a bit. Where's my be right back screen? All right. Okay, y'all, I am back, but we're having a bit more technical difficulties, so we're trying to work that out. In the meantime, I'll just be on here. I forgot to add the chat box to the be right back screen because I feel like it's better when like the chat can like go like keep going even when nobody's talking or whatever. So sorry, I'm like trying to monitor like eight things at all. I mean at once. But like I just typed in the chat, I'm gonna try to add, or I'm gonna do a community tab post, and I'm gonna do one for the poll as to like what times and stuff like that work best for people, and then I'm also going to make one just a general one that you can generally just add like topics to. So I think I'll post one at the top of each week, and then you can just add stuff there, and then I'll go through or make sure to just like follow those stories. So when we eventually do the stream on Saturday, then like I can just pull for those. So it can be like a matter of just pulling for that. But also, hey Raul, what's up? Thanks for coming through. But also, I wanna okay, it's just 4p for me. Okay. Yeah, but also, what I was gonna say, as usual, guys, after I do like the pre-written topics, I always leave like about 15 minutes for just like people talking about stuff that like they saw this week or stuff that they wanted to talk about and stuff like that. Because I know you guys, you know what? It might actually be my internet's the problem. I know, like, you know, you guys have your own things that you want to talk about outside of what I talk about. Hey, Andre! Yes, you made it. Welcome to the stream. Wait, hold on. Maybe I should look into Sunday for streaming if people are popping through. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Hey, Chrissy, thanks for coming through. Oh, thank you for the channel love. I'm glad you can make it. And I'm happy that people still find joy on my channel. I know, like, changing to live streaming was a bit different, and not everyone likes, you know, is a fan of like long podcast forms of stuff and stuff. But I'm glad that, you know, there's people who still like or find like, you know, just really like seem to like, you know, the podcast type thing. But I am eventually like going to start making like actual videos in between this. I just kind of have to set up like what I'm going to use for my background and stuff like that. So, but hello guys, welcome to the show, welcome to the show, welcome to the Daily Dose Show. For those of you who it's your first time getting a live stream, this is the Daily Dose Show. It's kind of a spin-off of the Daily Dose podcast that I used to do back in like 2016. And essentially it's a 2-hour live show where me and my co-host Jazz, who right now we're working on getting her own stream, talk about hot topics we picked throughout the week that's happened. And we also have you guys' input. That's what's great about a live show, is that you get live feedback. I was always one for like reading the comments. That's one of the reasons why I started my channel, because I really like talking K-pop like topics with people, and it was a great way to be able to present topics and then have like a community of people. But I feel like streaming just kicks it up a notch because now you're getting live feedback and we all get to interact with each other. But thank you so much for everyone who came through in the stream. Let me, and I will see you guys in a bit.
Wow. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's crochet because I was not sitting down for too long. Oh, yeah. I think I'm not going back for a while to regular like I think I'm not going back to like regular braids for a while now that I've experienced this because it's only took an hour. So I'm like, that's much better.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
why am I such a flop today? Oh my, I'm literally about to explode.
Oh
But
no.
hello everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, the lag kind of like pulled back though. It's not as laggy. Thank you guys. Thank you Andy, LD, and Leon for letting me know that I'm a clown. I muted myself once again. I am okay, wait, okay. It's hard because there's a lag. So when I unmute myself, people will still be saying I'm muted from like, the past. And then I'll be like, oh, wait. Ah! Okay. So, Jazz, how was your weekday? Weekend? Weekday? I guess it's the end of the weekend. How was your
Yeah,
week?
this Sunday. I don't even I did nothing. I was so unproductive at work until Friday. And then I was like, wow, I did so much work. I have a headache. And I was like, I feel like I did nothing really significant on Friday either. So I was like, I don't even deserve this headache. So I think because after I took my test, I was like, I'm not gonna work hard this week at all. And I guess I just like went above and beyond.
Do you know if you passed yet?
That was my week. Hmm?
Do you know if you passed yet?
Oh yeah, I passed.
Oh, okay. Because I
They
know.
told me the day that I took it, but then like it was weird because apparently when you take it, it'll say like, "Oh, you passed" or "you failed,"
Hmm.
but they won't tell you like what your score is. And for some reason, and it you have to make sure you read what it says at the end of the exam because otherwise it will be like you don't know if you passed or failed because they won't tell you again until like up to 5 days after you take the test whether you
Ah.
actually passed. So I was like, I started panicking and was like, wait, did I see pass? I don't know. I shouldn't tell people that I passed. Like, I shouldn't tell too many people that I passed because if I read that wrong and I actually get my like score back and they're like, oh yeah, you gotta take that over. You got like
Oh,
a
God.
2 out of 100. I don't know what the heck you were doing. Yeah, so I was just like, let me let me just not tell too many people
Well,
that I
that's good
actually
then.
passed.
That's good. Oh my God, everyone's praising your hair in chat.
Thank
They
you.
said, "Damn, Jazz, your hair is on point." Okay, Jazz. Raul says, "Okay." As for me, I'm boring and my life is boring. So moving on. Oh, hey, Honey Moonlight, welcome to the stream. All right, so we have a couple topics today. I am going to start with stuff that I know is going to take like 2 seconds. So, and then we can go on from there. I think I have that same sweater. Is it like cyan blue? Yeah, like the one
Yes,
you. Did you get it from Target?
I got it might be a Target thing. I got it from what's it called, Plato's Closet.
Ah, okay.
So it might be Target. I don't know.
Anyway, so moving on. First topic of the day. My husband is finally back from war, y'all. Kyungsoo
Wasn't he
really
back like a couple of weeks ago though?
wasn't a couple
Oh,
weeks
or at least
ago.
he came back early.
Yeah, I think he did come back early, but I think wasn't it just this week where they're like he's officially because I know that like live clip of him singing "That's Okay" was like only uploaded a couple days. Maybe I'm confused.
Yeah, I think it was just a couple of days ago. I thought it was this
Okay.
week.
Well, regardless, he's back at home with me. We're very happy that he can finally come
Oh
back and be with his
gosh,
kids. Um,
no.
let me stop before somebody actually thinks I'm delusional. But
I
yes,
think it's too late.
they're like, girl, we have like years worth of footage. I'm sorry. But I was really excited. He's 28, and we talked about this that it's scary that he's 28 because I don't know where time went. I remember him being 23. But Also, I sent you like a cute little screenshot of this person who was like, we'll look back at in 2025 and be like, oh, like it was an XOL, being like, oh, we made it or whatever. And I didn't realize what it meant at first. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess XO won't be done with military service until 2025, which is.
Oh, is that what that meant?
I think so. Because
Oh
Kai
wow.
still has to go. Well, I think it's just Kai and. Wait, Baekhyun, he hasn't went yet.
Yeah, none of the 92 line have gone except for Chen.
Yeah. Chen was like, I gotta.
Everyone after 90, like 92 and up, have to go.
Yeah. So it's
So
a while. And I don't think. Like, you don't have to go until you're 30, right? Or is it 28? I can't remember now.
I think it's 30.
Oh,
Cause
okay.
wait, no, I don't know.
Because, like,
Sumo went when he was like 20. He's only a year younger than Schumann, so maybe 29. Maybe you're supposed to go before you turn 30.
okay, that makes sense. Also, Korean age, you gotta factor that in too. So
Yeah,
maybe it's
yeah, that's
that.
so maybe it is 30.
Yeah. But yeah, the 94 line, 92 line. Is there a 93? Well, Dio went. Tao used to be part of the 93 line, but he did. But yeah. But yeah. So it's going to take them to 2025, but it's nice. And actually, there's another story that I thought was interesting concerning them later down the road. But yeah, so Dio's back. Yes, everyone, be happy about it. And MCN, that is actually something I was going to save for later, the story about Sowon. But should we just talk about, have you seen this? Because I didn't put it in the chat. I mean, I didn't put it in the doc, so I don't know.
I was gonna say, which one are you talking about? Because I saw her trending on Twitter, but I didn't actually look into it. I thought it was like her birthday or something. So I was just like, I didn't.
It was almost the exact opposite of her birthday. The reason
Oh
she was
really?
trending. No, no. Oh well, that sounds really scary. Wait, no. It was basically she uploaded this video or no, this picture to Instagram, I think, of her like being like caressing and being all like cutesy with this like mannequin. But people ID'd that the mannequin was dressed up as a Nazi soldier. So they're like, why are you stunting on the gram with this Nazi soldier? But she ended up deleting the pic. But then something also came to light that I think it was, wait, MC got the T. Who's ever, let me look it up because I literally just saw this. So I feel like I'm, all right, so Gfriend Sowon uploads and deletes photo with Nazi statue picture. Let me see if I can pull this up. Did you find it?
Oh, I just saw Cindy save someone's name as on her phone as Kittler.
Yes. Like,
Well, is it just because she's a troll? Like,
I can see that, but sis, come on. Like, I was like, sis,
I
anything but
don't know.
that. Like, damn, I'm on all K-pop and I keep getting these ads. This is why you got canceled, all K-pop. All right, let me show. All right. So, get out of here, ad. Okay, so Gfriend's Sowon is under fire for posting a set of controversial photos on Instagram. On January 31st, Sowon uploaded and then quickly deleted a set of photos taken with a mannequin. The plastic statue has been identified as a Nazi soldier based on the military garments and the insignia. Some have commented that these photos might have been taken on set. So here we go with her Nazi booed up, a diggy da doop. All right. So here is a user who
Oh,
posted about it. Oh my God. Their username, not username, but their user or whatever is a Jewish person. They said, I'm disappointed at Sowon, but I'm glad she deleted it. She needs to apologize though. Nazis are not friends or somebody you can hug or look so at lovingly. They are killers. They killed 6 million Jews, out of them 1.5 million Jewish children. Furthermore, according to fans, member Shinbi has Sowon saved on her phone as Kittler, an alleged combination of her name and the former Nazi. So this user at Chenji Club Cub wrote, so what I heard, Gfriend had a Nazi soldier on their set. Then Sowon decided to pose and take pictures with it and only deleted it because the fans would be jealous. Then Shinbi saved Sowon on her phone as Kittler, which is a mix of Kim Sojung, which is her real name, and Hitler. I honestly have no words. So they have receipts. I'm not going to open it because I'm not logged in, so it's not going to work. But apparently it was during a V Live, as you can see here. So although the motivations behind their actions are unclear, fans and netizens on Twitter are demanding an apology for Sowon. So, thoughts?
Why did you take pictures like, what the heck? Why was there even a freaking Nazi?
Right, there's so many places we can start. There's so many places we can start.
What were they filming?
I don't
Like,
even
that
know.
doesn't make any sense.
Like there's so many people we can drag in this like phenomenon, but it's kind of like one of those things where it's like I don't know if you can claim ignorance, because I already saw a lot of people claiming ignorance that she didn't know it was a Nazi soldier. Because the thing is, if they know what Hitler is to say Hitler, they know what Nazis are. You know what I mean? Like you can't act like this is something that they just don't know. So it's kind of like was it like, is it their edgy joke on like, you know, saying, oh, she's blah blah blah? Because like there's grammar Nazis, right? That's a term people use, which is like somebody who's very like about grammar. So like there's that, where it's kind of like, if you think about it, that could be considered a problematic phrase. Now obviously it is not the same as being hugged up, kissed up, booed up with a damn like mannequin Nazi, but like I'm just trying to decipher where their head is at, because I'm really hoping that they're just not some, you know, anti-Semitic I don't even know. Like, what?
How would you even get there? Like, in Korea, like, how are you get to be anti-Semitic? How many Jewish people are you meeting that you have somehow developed a hate? Like, what?
I
That's
really
awful.
yeah, I really don't know.
Why would she post it and then she deleted it? Not even because, oh wow, I'm taking a picture with a Nazi, because, oh, my fans might be jealous. No, they're not jealous. They're horrified. What the heck?
It's, I don't know. I feel like I've seen at least a lot of good, like I feel like the K-pop fandom is growing, we're learning, because I haven't seen many people trying to defend her. Like I haven't really seen people being like, you know, pull the usual, she doesn't know because she's just a little Korean girl like the people try to pull, or she was, you know, you guys are just being whatever, you're pushing Western ideals, whatever, the usual thing that they do when people call out idols for being like racist or something like that. So it's like, you know, and she deleted it, although like we saw in that tweet, it seems like the reason why she deleted it was because the fans might be jealous as like a joke. I maybe think what it was is that if that's something she actually said, that she deleted it because the fans might be jealous, she might have said that just to be like, have a cover for deleting it without actually having to bring up. Because you know how like some people try to like sweep scandals under the rug while they just like quietly, you know, finish them or whatever. It might be that. But
That's not, I mean, this is blatantly, like, there's no sweeping that under. Like, people already saw it. It's kind of like, no, there's no way you can go about saying, like, oh, the fans might be jealous. That's a horrible reason to come up with.
honestly, it's, I don't know. Like I'm just happy to see that people aren't defending her and calling this out as like whack as heck. All right, I'm gonna jump to the chat. First of all, hello Lee, like long time no chat. What's up, Lee? Happy that you could make it to the stream today. And a Daisy, thank you for coming as well. So yes, as you guys, for people who just popped in, we're talking about the scandal that Sowon from Gfriend recently got in because they had she was caught, or she uploaded a picture of her hugged up, kissed up, booed up with a Nazi mannequin. So right now we're we're just talking about it. So let's see. Tao. Oh, hey, Tao. Tao says, I just turned in and all I heard was Hitler. Nazi. It's that kind of night, unfortunately. Andre says, you can't really excuse it because like people have said, she can't be that ignorant of world history because Korea was involved in World War II. Yes. Yeah. That's like, you know that this is a bad person. So you're either choosing to make light of it or choosing to not acknowledge that this might be offensive to people. Let's see. Uh, Wait. Sorry, I'm trying to like scroll back. Andy says, yeah, I could see it maybe as a dark joke between friends, but I would keep that to myself. And the whole picture and nickname thing was sus. That's true. There's certain, like, I feel like people have, might have like some seedy, shady, whatever humor, but some of that stuff needs to just stay like within yourself or whatever. Um, Whoa! And the worst part is that Gfriend had also made fun of Jamaicans on Weekly Idol with Heechul and one of the dudes who used to be the host. Oh my god. Is Gfriend the next Mamamoo? Is this where we going?
No.
Well, I mean, what do you think? What do you think would be the best course of action? If she apologizes, like, what do you think would be the best thing for her to do right now? Because I don't know. It just happened like today. So like, we haven't really gotten a proper response. She might be like preparing her Instagram apology as we speak. But what do you think she can say? Like what's the best thing she could do right now?
Honestly, I don't even know. That just seems like it's such an odd thing to be in that I don't know what you could do other than apologize and not do that again. It's such a, I don't know. Like, what do you say? Like, I didn't mean to take a picture with that Nazi man. I don't know. I knew my fans wouldn't be jealous. It was just, I panicked. And that's what came out. So here we are. Please excuse all the stupidity that I did today, and I will not do that again.
I think that's a good. Like, I feel like just being like, because I think like you said, like you can't pretend you didn't know what you were doing or whatever. So I think the best thing was like, oh, sorry y'all, I'm not only a clown, I am the whole circus. I was being dumb. I thought it was cute, but like I know, like sprinkle in a lot, like oh, I've been educating myself and stuff like that. Now as per usual, nobody's obligated to forgive her or anything like that. But, in terms of what she should say, I definitely think she should address it because this is wild.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But, yeah.
Can't just not say anything because that's such a big thing that you can't ignore.
Exactly. Exactly. Let's see. Let's jump to the comments again. So, Lee, unfortunately, once again, he has to peace out. So everyone say bye to Lee. But thank you for supporting. Or are you leaving? Oh, okay. Well, if you have to leave, I understand because it's really, really late. One day we will have a perfect time like stream and you can actually come through. But yeah, everyone say bye to Lee. Andy says, I've seen a few people try and say Korean people as a whole are ignorant about the Holocaust, but actually Korean people have spoken out that they're not, so it looks like it's just a few trying to, I guess, use that. Yeah, I feel it. And like there was a really nice I think Kenny JD, you know her.
Yeah.
She recently reviewed she has this like series on her channel called Bad Movie in a Beat, and recently she reviewed this movie called Hype Nation that had Jay Park in it and then Jay Boog and Little Fizz from B2K for some reason. And so she addressed like some of the like, because she used to go to Korea or whatever, and she addressed some of the racism that she would face there and how like a lot play the whole, they don't know any better, and how that's like not only insulting to like black people or whatever, whoever they might be offending at the time, it's also insulting to those Korean people because you're acting like they're like these babies that don't know any better or can't use the internet or something like that. Like it's insulting to their intelligence. So I think that's another thing that people don't realize, that you're making your fave look kind of dumb, not necessarily because you have to know about like everything like in the world, but it's like it's World War II. Like it's not like Korea like wasn't involved in all blah blah. It's like it's just silly. Like everyone has the internet. Well, not everyone. Let me not say that, but like it's like they have South Korea has the fastest internet in the world. Let's not do this.
Yeah. Honestly.
But yeah. So yeah, I think the best bet is for them to her to apologize and just hope for the best, because I don't even know what Miss Girl was thinking. All right. So we're gonna move on to a story, and in which I may owe Agase's apology. So we talked about this a bit before, and actually I talked about this in an earlier stream, but essentially earlier this week, JYP was trending, and so I clicked on the Twitter tag, And there's a lot of different stuff. When it's like a miscellaneous, like kind of vague trend, you can find a lot of stuff in there. But essentially, what I got to was that Agassiz were essentially saying that the reason why GOT7 didn't sign with JYP was essentially because JYP owed them money or they were too expensive to sign. And I was very, very confused because the thing is, as much as, I think GOT7's a great group and I think Agassiz are like a hardworking fandom, there has been this kind of, and some, let me just say some, not everyone, but there has been this kind of narrative that they've been trying to push that like JYP will be nothing without GOT7. And I'm kind of like I know where they're coming from because GOT7 is like a huge moneymaker, but it's kind of shady to who's left there, like saying that, twice is not a lot good enough to hold the helm or something like that. Like it's kind of insulting. So as much as I understand their frustration because JYP did them really, really dirty and stuff like that, I think broad statements like that can be sometimes like low-key shady and they don't even know. And so when this came up, I thought this was just kind of like an extension of, once again, they're saying that JYP would be nothing without GOT7. GOT7 makes all the money, yada, yada, yada. So I kind of largely ignored it. I brought it up a little during stream, but I wanted to do my own research. So essentially, the idea that they were pushing was that the way that GOT7's contracts were set up was that it was in a way, and only they had these contracts because after GOT7, I guess they reformatted. I'm not sure in terms of twice, but at least all the newer acts have a new, like what people were saying online was that they have a new contract where the company will make more money off of them than they will make off themselves. But GOT7's contract was before that change apparently, so GOT7 was making more money from the stuff they were doing than JYP could make over them. So because of that, JYP didn't want to re-sign because they didn't want to keep paying GOT7 so much money, right? So I was kind of looking because I was like, all right, it seems like a lot of people like think this. There has to be, some bounds to it, or at least I want to see what they're looking about. So it initially led me to a user posted all K-pop article. Please work with me, guys. Where essentially this user wrote up that on January 27th, it had been reported by Newspin, which is, I guess, like a Korean news site, that JYP is expected to grow this year as they have changed their structure in order to have it favor the company. And so this person writes, apparently, the change came because their previous contract structure consisted of 60% for the company and 40% for the artists for their domestic promotions, while it was 30% for the company and 70% for the artists for international promotions. So where GOT7 comes into that, we know that GOT7, they have a fan base in Korea, but they go off overseas, right? So essentially, because they are really big international, a lot of their earnings comes internationally. Therefore, the company only gets 30% off of that, while GOT7 gets 70% off of that. And so the fans basically started to think that maybe the reason why the company didn't promote the group, which eventually ended to them leaving, was because, they knew that they would make money like they would end up making less money putting effort into GOT7 than GOT7 members would make themselves. So I did eventually find the original Newspin article, and essentially I didn't hear anything about this breakdown that they mentioned, but there was a section where it was essentially like a researcher that's a part of this like securities company essentially was kind of like talking about with GOT7 leaving JYP, where does that make JYP stand? Like, can they still be successful? And so the article basically goes in reasons why that JYP is still looking to be really profitable in the future, because like Twice and like Stray Kids is really popular, and then their Japanese group, I think Nijiu, is also like getting really popular. And then there's this particular paragraph, once again guys, bear with me because I had to use Google Translate, in which this researcher stated, in the case of GOT7, the company had more parts allocated to the artists during their time of debut. So there is more parts distributed to the artists, aka GOT7. On the other hand, because Nijiu, which is a new group, it has a favorable contract structure for the company, so it is profitable. So they think that they'll get more money off of this new girl group than they did GOT7. So other than that, I didn't really see anything else that like indicated like, oh, this was like 100% fact. And even that is just a researcher, like an outside researcher who's just like an analyst, I guess. But I can kind of see where the like conclusion kind of comes from, that maybe they weren't making as much money as they want off of GOT7. And somebody also linked a video of like GOT7. Let me pull it up. What was I trying to look at here? Somebody also linked a video of GOT7. It's really short, so it might not even be worth pulling up, but oh, wait, what? Yeah, so basically somebody linked a video of GOT7 on that, what is that one show? Knowing Brothers. And essentially JYP said that Junior makes more money, or sorry, Jin Young makes more money than him. So I'm just going to play it real quick.
I mean, but he doesn't do it.
나보다 돈을 훨씬
Wait,
많이
JYP
벌잖아.
said this?
Yeah.
그래서 아니요. 무슨 말이야? 아니, 결산 받아가는데. 처음 듣는 얘기는 아니고 처음 하는 얘기인데?
I mean, apparently in the clip, Jin Young disagrees. So I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to be funny. But like, yeah. So people are essentially saying that that was the reason that they didn't promote GOT7, and then ultimately why GOT7 left.
But is JYP even the head of his company anymore? I thought he was like, he stepped down from that.
Oh, yeah. I don't even think he's actually the CEO. That's kind of true. Yeah, that's true. It does not really matter. Yeah, not the money. I mean, I'm sure he like still makes, percentage off these groups in some, some way. But that's kind of true. Yeah. So it seems like there's some truth to it, but there may be some truth to it. But there's also, we're not sure if this is just like, all speculation. But, I feel bad because I feel like I initially just assumed like Agassiz were just saying whatever to make JYP look bad. I mean, not to make they already look bad because it's like they already didn't promote GOT7. So there's not really much you can do but kind of write insult to injury or whatever. But I think, I don't know. It's just crazy because the thing is, I've always had an issue with like when people talk about contract profit distribution, because one of the things that like, it's one of those things that in the K-pop fandom, I feel like has been around so long, people just accept as true, but we never actually have concrete proof. Like, I feel like there's like this same figure that gets passed around in terms of company to artist distribution like every year, but like no one's ever said where the source is, and it's like the same thing every year. And I feel like it's just brought up by debate, like to bring up debate, but like nobody can ever actually pinpoint where this came from. So it's just like, so I don't know. I don't want to spread misinformation, but I can kind of see maybe looking at this article why that conclusion was come to. But let's go to chat. Andre says, I'm not going to say that JYP is going to tank without GOT7, but they are losing about a quarter of their earnings that GOT7 did bring in. That's true. But I feel like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to be, like, I feel like there's, like, two truths. Like, I don't want to be shady and be like, oh, JYP is going to flop without GOT7. Because I think that is kind of shady to groups that are still there.
It is shady.
Yeah. Especially because Twice does so well, and I feel like Twice still has so much more in terms of like profit and like expansion they can do. Like, none of the members have even gone solo yet, so we don't even know how much that can individually bring in by itself.
Or units. They haven't done any units.
Exactly. Right? And from that article I read, it seemed like that NijiU group is doing pretty well. And Stray Kids sells a lot of singles. Obviously, these groups don't match up. Well, besides Twice, don't really match up to GOT7 yet. But also, like, it's not like GOT7 was selling as much as they did when they first, came out or whatever.
Yeah.
But I also understand, like, being like, oh, JYP, you lost a good thing with GOT7, because they did, right? But yeah. Wait, when they say international, do they mean any country beyond Korea? Because isn't Twice incredibly popular in Japan? So wouldn't JYP use a lot of money? That's true. And I think that's one of the iffy points of this whole thing, because I'm not sure if Twice, because they talk about new groups, but Twice only debuted a year after GOT7. So what, like, I don't know if Twice is considered to be on that same like distribution, or it was changed after Twice debuted or before Twice debuted. It's a lot of vagueness, and I wish I could read into more of that, or find maybe some Korean sources, because it could clear it up. So that's why I'm just kind of confused, because I feel like there's a lot of plot holes, and that's why when it first came out, I was kind of like, all right, you guys are saying stuff, but I need receipts or whatever. And like I was kind of like hard pressed to believe it right away, but yeah. Also, supposedly JYP didn't want 3 members. I read that. I remember we talked about that a little bit. And yeah, I think that happens a lot with groups often. Like, you have these situations where some of the members they want to keep because they feel like they're more profitable than others or whatever. So it's like that awkward thing. Andy says, I feel like with a situation like this, there are also a lot of emotion involved, and so that speculation runs high. That's very true. It wouldn't be the first time that like people jump to conclusions that benefit their fave, because they, you know, their biggest interest is to make their fave look good, and, you know, the company that, you know, they left or whatever, the other side, I guess, look bad. So wasn't GOT7 the reason why JYP didn't go bankrupt? I'm not sure. That's the thing. I've heard that, but once again, I need sources, because here's the thing. I know that JYP, around the time between like, what was it? I'm trying to think, because like Wonder Girls was very early. 2PM was like 2008. You know, there were groups in between that, like I believe like 15 and stuff. And I know that around that time, before GOT7 debuted, a lot of people were saying, why is JYP? It was like JYP's moment to be like, why are they even in the big 3 and stuff like that? But I feel like, you know, I feel like it was a mixture of Twice and GOT7, because it's really a double punch with the two. You know, you had a boy group that was really good physically and stuff like that, you know, had like members with variety sense, and then you had a girl group who like shot to become the nation's girl group. So I feel hard pressed to just attribute it all to GOT7, because I feel like that wouldn't be fair to Twice, you know?
But wait, why were they gonna go bankrupt? Like, what happened? Didn't they still have other groups?
So I think during that time, like let's see. I'm trying to really think, because the timeline of like somebody like Wonder Girls is very confusing. And Wonder Girls, I feel like, has always been heavily like digitally popular with public appeal, and you know how that can be fickle as hell. And then 2PM was still popping during that era, right? I think so. Yeah,
Let's
like
see, what song did they
2013.
release? Oh, that's a Japanese album. Soon Me
Oh
was
yeah,
around.
she came out
She had
with
24 Hours a year before the
yeah.
debut. Ad Toy came out in 2013.
Yeah, I definitely think maybe 2PM wasn't as like, oh my god, it's 2PM as much as they maybe had been in the past, but I don't think they were like flopping. I think they were still very profitable.
And then Hush came out with Miss A, the end of
Yeah.
2013.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know JYP was ever on the verge of like dying.
I don't think they're on the verge of dying, but I feel like a lot of people are just like, are you really big 3 because you don't have X, Y, and Z and stuff like, you know, when they always do that, like with the big 3 groups every now and then when they're, because I think maybe Cube started rising, so people were like, you better watch.
And then Cube was like, oh wait, we suck. We almost forgot. We were doing too many things right.
Yeah. But let's see. JYP as a singer is not good because Duke he sounds like a bootleg version of JJ Ice Fish. What?
What just happened?
MNC said JYP as a singer is not good. Like, what? You said I will get this off my chest tonight. Yeah, Miss A was probably. I don't believe the bankrupt thing. I think that's kind of another thing where it's just like I could maybe believe they maybe weren't making as much money, maybe, or you know the thing that we said about like people were saying that they're not big 3 anymore because there are other companies coming for their neck. But I don't think they were bankrupt. I think that's another situation of those like rumors that don't really have a source, and then they get picked, unless there is a source, like prove me wrong by all means, but rumors that don't really have a source, but then they kind of get pushed enough that people just believe it because it just gets passed on.
And it gets bigger.
Yeah,
like it like expands in like severity somehow. because there is no source to go back to.
Yeah. I love how everyone's just dragging JYP singing now.
Poor
Now.
him. I mean, like everybody in his company somehow adopted some form of his singing, though.
Yeah.
So if you like JYP singers, you
It's like,
can't drag him completely.
Chrissy said it was around 2014 to 15 when Miss A, 2 p.m. were still active and Wonder Girls had just come back around 2000. Yeah. Oh, hey Snowdrop, thanks for coming through. Susie overshadowed the group. I mean, that's facts. But I think Susie also was like a good, like, because I feel like there's like money makers like GOT7 that make a lot of money. Obviously Susie makes a lot of money, but it's like with that fandom and just like, you know, boy groups tend to just make a lot of money. But then there's people who are like the face, or maybe they don't make as much GOT7, but they bring so much good publicity to the company. And I think people like Susie, Twice, like they just have that mass public appeal that like gives like JYP as a whole good image. Not saying that GOT7 doesn't, they have that too, but I think it's just it's just like basically just like a situation where like you can, even if you don't make the most money, there's other ways that you can have like be a big influence in how like successful the company is as a whole. But yeah. Oh my god, I remember when Cube was on the cusp of being in Big 3, Big Hit came and stole the show. Honestly, I remember when people were like, oh, Cube is the new Big 3, because they just had so many like successful groups and people were just like basically what they're doing with Big Hit. But what do you think about this statement? So I feel like every time like there's a company that steps that up, you know, steps their game up, people always talk about how they're the new Big 3, they're the new Big 3. And I remember reading a statement that there'll never be like a new Big 3, because the Big 3 is a specific thing that came about at a specific time, like in the history of events or whatever. And so unlike maybe like the Nation's Girl Group, how it went from SNSD to like Twice, it's not like passable. And I know a lot of people mention that like DSP used to be like part of that big group of, you know, powerful companies, but it wasn't necessarily the Big 3. It was just like a group of powerful companies. And like the Big 3 is specifically like a thing that SM will always be SM, JYP, and YG no matter how big any company gets. Like, do you agree with that?
I think with time, it could change. Like it can evolve. But I think they'll be like the original Big 3 still, because like I feel like they are like the K-pop Big 3. But I don't think they'll stay. They can possibly, well, they could until they just decide to just dissolve as a company. But like it could also just be like they go bankrupt maybe one day and like I don't know, then they're not the Big 3 anymore. So like I don't know if it's possible for them to always just be the Big 3. And like Big Hit's coming up, but they also, I feel like they have such longevity too that other companies need to get to that level.
I think that's
and
true.
Then they can be considered that too. So
I think
I
that's
don't know.
true.
Which is why I'm like thinking it could be a new generation of big, like top, like Big 3 or whatever.
Yeah, I think
Because time.
I actually quite like what Army did with Big Hit getting so powerful, because when Big Hit got powerful, they would call, and obviously it was to be kind of shady, but they would call Big Hit the Big One. And like, yeah, they were kind of being shady and, you know, blah, blah, and Big Hit was really successful or whatever. But I feel like they acknowledged that it'd be weird to just clump them up with this group of people who like all came, like it was a specific era or whatever. And so they didn't even want to be a part of the Big 3. They're like, oh no, Big Hit's just like the big, like by themselves or whatever. And like, I agree, like maybe there's a new generation, but I think it's just what they did is so like specific. And I also agree with you. Like, I think what is also like a thing that you have to realize is that they made like multiple groups super popular. And I feel like not every company can say that. Like, this is not me being a Big 3 company stan, so before y'all drag me, you know, drag yourself. But yeah, it was like, I think it's so weird when, like, for example, somebody says, like, SM's not in the Big 3. It's like, when you have, like, 8+ successful groups like SM, then, like, you know, that's when you can start. But to this day, no company has that many successful groups.
Yeah.
If we're just talking about it entertainment-wise, obviously. Like, I don't doubt that in the future there'll be some company that, due to like shareholdings and all that like business stuff, will make more money than SM or whatever. But like having so many back-to-back legitimately popular groups, same thing with JYP, same thing with YG, as much as they don't know how to promote them or like do anything with them, you know, Yeah, so I agree.
Mm.
LD says the big three will never change because they are pioneers. Andy says, didn't JYP play it off as more of a religious group than a cult? Wait.
Wait, which group?
Which group?
Wait.
I feel like we went from 0 to 60. Oh.
Which group? No.
But let's see. We can't forget that JYP had his Korean backup dancers put on blackface, and then honestly, JYP is a shady figure. Like, I'm not even gonna like pretend. And we can.
I still remember that cult stuff. Sometimes I forget, and then people will bring it back up, and I'm like, oh yeah, he was in some cult.
I mean, that's
Like,
that's what he wants it. I feel like it was like, we don't even know what happened because he said he would talk about it, and then he was like, I'm gonna release a fucking book, and then he never did that, and then he was like, y'all forgot? All right, anyway, Twice come back next month. Like, it is really shady. Like, that's why it's so hard to sometimes stand, because it's like, if you go far back enough, your fave probably did something shady. Like, obviously this is more than shitty because, like, you know, blackface and stuff like that, and like some of the stuff you hear out of JYP and stuff, like, it's shady, but like, you know, it's like scary. Swiggle says, it's how certain countries in the world are always seen as leading countries of the world, even if others countries surpass them in things. It's just historic. Yeah, I think that's the kind of thing. So I feel like that's all to say that you shouldn't aim to try to be the big three or like overtake the big three. You should aim to make a lane of your own. To all the company CEOs watching out there.
This is our TED Talk. Thank you.
But yeah. Yeah, I think their history is what makes them the big three. So even if there are companies that get more popular in the future, the original big three will always be SM, JYP, and YG. I agree. Who besides Big Hit would even be considered a new big three? It's true, but I don't think it's impossible. Like, I don't think it's impossible. I think it's just always like, I don't know, as like somebody who has been, you know, a stan since like 2008. Oh, I'm old. Like, there was a point in time where people were like, no one will ever do or surpass what SNSD has done or what Big Bang has done or whatever. And now we see groups, you know, so I'm never going to say never, because with new technology, with new blah, 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 X, Y, and Z, there's always like literally innovation is like in progress is like the whole point of like living. So there's always going to be somebody who's going to come back and top them. Not to say that replaces them and it makes everything that other group did invalid, but like, records are made to be broken, people are made to be surpassed. I don't know if that's a saying.
People are made to be surpassed. Wow. You're born and they're just like, can't wait for my next child to beat you. Like, dang.
Like, get off my neck.
That is your purpose.
Goo gigi. So Snowdrop says, funny how the former CEOs of the big three are the ones putting shame to the name of their company. That's true. Why YG's in jail every other week? Wow. I'm like, can you stay out of the police station? And he does, because he bribes them. Let me stop. Have y'all heard that stuff about NCT Jaehyun as the NCT's in NC Citizen?
I was actually just looking that up because I read that and was like, wait, did something happen with him? I know he's supposed to be in a drama. Did he say something?
Oh no. Well, while you look that up, I'm gonna keep reading chat. So Ali says, I'm back. Welcome back. Just read up on the whole Sowon thing in Twitter, and yikes. Some of these fans. Oh wait, are they defending her? Also, thank you for this live. Just came across tonight. Oh, well, thank you for finding the live. I'm always like, I don't know if this actually goes out to people when we're live. So it's nice to see when people see it and new faces popping in and finding out about the live. But thank you for coming through. Yeah, the So-On thing is sad. I don't know. From like the short overview I did, I didn't really see anybody defending her, but maybe I didn't look hard enough. I don't understand what would be there to defend. Like,
yeah. Unless you are into that, I guess, then you're all gonna defend. You're like, she believes in what I believe.
Shut it down. Oh my god, that's so scary. Leanne says, I think at different points in time people would say companies like Cube and FNC could possibly be the big three status. That's true. I think
I was gonna say Cube could be, but like they keep messing it up, so you know.
That's true.
Now they only have G Idol. Like CLC was coming up and then they were like, no. No.
We already got another girl group that's popular. We're done with you.
And then Pentagon, they're like, wow, you guys are doing great. Oh, wait. One of your members is dating another one of our artists. You got to get out. Both of them got to get out. They had so many chances to just make it up there, but then they just keep messing it up.
Wait, did they kick out Don? I thought he left.
I thought they kicked him out.
Oh.
I thought he had, or like something happened where he felt like he needed to leave because it didn't make any sense for him to leave.
Oh my God.
Like, why would he leave?
Did they kick? I'm just Googling. Did they kick out Don? Like, Google's just gonna know.
Like, who?
Google's like, here's the thesis. See you in 2000. I'm like, thank you. Did I guess I have to?
Because like it wouldn't make sense for him to just leave, especially when they had just hit it big with Shine.
Of Pentagon.
And he's just like, bye. My girlfriend's getting kicked out. I gotta get kicked out too, I guess.
Okay, so the Jakarta Post says singer Hyuna and Edon have been kicked out of the boy, or in Edon of the boy group Pentagon have been kicked out of Cube Entertainment. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you thought they just left?
I thought it was just like, you know what, Bonnie and Clyde, let's leave because they're not treating us right. But they really kicked them out. Wow. Clowntery.
They're like, how dare you say that you guys are dating, and you said no, and we said no, and then they're like, get out of our faces. And it's just like, all right, why would you kick out two of your valuable assets? Like, that's like kicking out Sooyeon right now. Like, it would be like, all right, now you got no, like, I mean, not nobody, but like, it's like,
yeah,
those are one of your top people.
That is okay. Everyone in the chat's correcting. They kicked them both out. Wow. Imagine being dumb. Oh my God, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Holy crap.
Are you keep screwing themselves over?
Did they really think, okay, maybe Edon because he was newer, but did they really think that Hyuna would like, there would be something, like Hyuna would lose fans over her dating? Like, first of all, a lot, like, yeah, she's a sexy icon, but like a lot of her fans are female. Like, that just like stand her as like an onion or whatever. So like they're not gonna care. Like, and she's like 18 years into her career. Like, why would you kick her out? Yeah. Oh my God, I need to talk to the seat. Let me get him on speed dial. Excuse me. I know this is 12 years too late, but you know, yeah, that's.
They tried to run it back. It says now they kicked them out and tried to run it back and then kicked them out again. It was a mess.
They said, DJ, like, put it back on. Honestly, that's so stupid.
I got a point.
Like, what? Sometimes I feel like not to like toot my own horn, but sometimes I feel like I could successfully run a popular, because it's just like sometimes it's common sense and they just don't have it. They don't have the range.
It's like, oh, we had to feed them? Wait, hold on. No. Is that why one of them died? Wait, hold on. It's like, I swear we gave them water.
They're literally just like it just doesn't make sense. Like, it's just, oh my God. Like, it's like, yeah, they treat them like straight up animals, first of all, and then act surprised when they leave or like aren't happy with their whatever. Like, it's like they put them under all this heat, don't let them express themselves, then kick them out. Like, just, whew, imagine just not having a brain. Like, it's crazy. Oh my God. Simple. They tried to backtrack and say it was still in discussion with Hyuna, but Hyuna said, nah, good for her, because I don't like the push and pull. Hyuna was there from the start of Q. They did her foul. You know, and the thing is, if we're being honest, I remember the 4-Minute Girls, when they debuted, they really were like, their selling point was like, look, we have Hyuna, who used to be in the Wonder Girls, and she heavy carried. So, like, no shade to the other members, but that means I say she heavy carried Cube. Oh, hey, Jessica. Thanks for coming to the stream. That is so clownish. I did not know, or maybe I forgot because I was like, it was so much clownery in my brain. My brain couldn't handle it. I was like, get out. Like, that's so
no, I remember that type of stuff. I'm always just like, wait, what? That didn't make sense.
I remember Hyuna admitted to dating Don partially because due to people saying she was sexually harassing him. That kind of seems, because I think when it was like revealed that they were dating and then it was denied, people went back and just like found like, you know, videos of them together or whatever, and she was like, they would be like kind of playful and stuff like that. And so as her being like a like a huge sunbae and him being a hubei, it looked, and if they weren't dating, it looked kind of sus. So
Yeah.
I could see that.
I'm just
Yeah.
how weird it must have been for what's his name? Huey? Like,
Wasn't he in his own like literally like
like,
romance?
like, how is that even a thing? Like, you're in a group with a couple. Like, I like this is not it, guys. Can we get another H? We have to have another H in this company. Like, we can even bring like anyone in the background. Anyone.
Exactly.
Just bring them in. There's an office worker. Come on, bring him in.
Oh my god, they could have put somebody from CLC in there. Once again,
Yeah, honestly.
why am I not on the CEO board of directors? If there's a person who kept the lights in the company, it was Hyuna for Cube. Foul. Like, that is really foul. Like, it's just like, it's so annoying how like these artists that do help make, and this kind of goes back to the GOT7 discussion, but these artists that really help make these companies just get no respect put on their name. And it's like their companies try to like treat them like a cycle in and out type. It doesn't matter who you are, you know, everyone has an expiration date type thing. It's really quite sad.
Yeah.
But yeah. He was third wheeling hard. I wonder if he was just like, y'all. But he had a whole wife too. Wasn't he dating one of the members of Idol?
Who? Huey?
Yeah. Or was that somebody else?
I think he was doing. Was it him?
I think it was around the
He
same
might have been.
time. All right. So
Yeah, Sujin. Yeah.
okay, yeah, because I think those were released like simultaneously, and people were like, what's in the water at Cube?" All right, but yeah, I don't know how we got here, but all in all, actually, I guess this is a good segue. So, did you watch any of these comebacks? Hyuna came back, IU came back,
Honestly,
Idol came back, Shiny.
as we were talking, I was like, let me listen to the IU and the G Idol one.
Do you want me to come
in
back
the background? Because like I did not listen. I listened to Hyuna's when it came out. I mean, I listened to them for the most part as we were talking. I didn't see Shiny's comeback teaser though.
Oh, so I don't know why I wrote that. It's not really a teaser, but they had like I guess like event, an online event, called, I think, whoa, what was it called? Shiny's Back, something. And so they performed some songs, and so one of them was the song "Marry You," which is a B-side on their new album.
Oh, is it at the ringtone?
Yeah, the ringtone "Shiny's Back." Yeah, that was it.
Aww.
So yeah, I think it was a pretty good song. But I don't know. None of these songs really stood out to me. I did like the "I'm Not Cool" by Hyuna. I thought it was so chaotic.
Like, I was gonna say I think I liked IU's from what I could hear. It seemed catchy. I usually don't listen to IU, so I was like, I would actually listen to this again. Hyuna's was like, I was just like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know if I like this.
It was like aggressively 2012. Like when that beat started, I was like, oh, this is like very second gen K-pop. But I thought it was funny because like the girlies, the dance girlies, they love Hyuna. Like anytime she drops something, the K-pop dance girlies go wild. And I'm like, I want to see how they react to this because that chorus dance is really wild. So I don't know if people are going to like it or hate it, but it's just very, very unique. And I was actually watching. She was on so Jessie, she has this like series called Showterview where she just interviews people. And so she had Hyuna on really recently. And so Hyuna was like, yeah, like I purposely wanted to go for this crazy vibe during the chorus, like just to have fun. So I thought so I guess that's what you wanted because it definitely came off as crazy. Yeah. So also on that show, they did like a random dance play type thing, and apparently she made the choreo to both Bubble Pop and her debut song Change, which I thought was interesting. So
wow,
that's what she said. Oh, everyone's getting hyped.
Got rid of that,
huh?
I said, and Cube got rid of that.
Yeah,
not even bad an eye.
Yeah. Sorry, just answering this question. Oh my God, who is accusing her of that? Yeah, I think about the Hyuna sexual harassment. I think it was just like netizens in general. But yes, I'm excited for the Shiny to come back. They also performed "Good Evening," "Good Night." Is it "Good Evening" or "Good Night"?
Good Evening.
Oh, okay.
The one the one that sounds like Cupid.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that was such a good song.
Okay. It's after 3 a.m., so I'm gonna dip. I enjoyed it. Thank you,
3
Honey
a.m.
Moonlight, for
Oh
coming
my
through.
gosh.
Everyone say bye to Honey Moonlight.
Good night.
I need like a world clock somewhere just to know like what time it is
3
around the world
a.m.
when I'm going live. Shona, I did not like that. It was like, okay, so it was one of those things where it was just like, it didn't pop out to me. I love Hyuna. I thought it was fun. Wasn't like the best song I've heard. Don't think I'd ever purposely listen to it again. But like, I feel like, you know, if I was running or something, or I was just trying to get hype, maybe I'll put it on like that, a playlist like that. And then the music video was a typical Hyuna music video. Her looking like cool and sexy and like whatever in places. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? Who else came back? Bobby also came back, but I didn't look at that.
Bobby?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Like,
sure.
YG? YG has comebacks like
Allegedly.
for other people?
Allegedly.
Oh yeah, 6 days ago.
Yeah, I didn't listen to it because I don't even think I heard it. I've never been like a Bobby fan. I don't think I'm gonna like this. I mean, I'll give it a try, but I didn't get a chance to listen to it. So, and then Idol came back with Hwa, Fire. I didn't really like that either.
Yeah, and from what I heard, it was
Yeah, I don't.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. I do want to say, sorry, cycling it back to IU's comeback, I thought it was interesting because she used one of those drop chorus, like the chorus of Celebrity was one of those like tropical island.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're doing that in 2021? All right.
IU is, and now the world will do it in Korea as well. All K-pop is going back.
Because I saw she already got
like flipped it.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say in the beginning it just seemed like a nice little Taylor Swift-esque song, and I was like, all right. And then it was just like, but she already got like 20 all kills and all packs and stuff like that, and it's the highest charting song in the earth or whatever. So, you know, usual IU things. She, her usual things. But yeah. So what? I asked this earlier in chat, but what current comebacks have you guys watched that you thought were good? Fortunately, we can't listen to music on here because YouTube be hating. But, you know, if you guys have any recommendations, what was something that recently came out that you thought were good, feel free to share it with chat. Yeah, I wish we could listen to music. That was so fun when we used to just be able to watch music videos on Twitch.
Yeah. And then government came in.
Yeah. Oh, okay. YG has, did we talk about how like they actually like Rose's comeback is actually, or solo debut is actually a thing? Did we talk about that?
Oh yeah, and it's like more than one song.
Is it? Oh, I didn't even hear that.
I think, yeah, because it was like the teaser. Apparently, they said like I read something that said like the teaser isn't the actual song for the MV. It's just the B-side, and I was like, wait, B-side? What the? You actually did more than one song for her?
This wasn't a figment of our imagination? Are you sure? I feel like I'm being lied to. Like, I was really sad. Apparently, they had like a solo, they had like some type of online concert or something, and she performed a snippet of it or something. I didn't watch it. Yeah, I was like, oh, there's actually something for her to sing? This is real?
They gave her notes and lyrics? Hold on. It doesn't make sense.
What if she just put that together before the concert? She was like, I have to sing something.
She's like, freestyle. A song that already exists, hopefully, and they don't know.
Oh, it's an album. Okay. That's great. Okay. We just need, do we have an official date? I don't know if I remember seeing official date. That's what I'm waiting on. Because even with all these teasers, once again, I feel like there's been times where YG has teased and was like, all right, moving on to something that matters. Like, so.
The whole entire Exit series.
Oh, yeah. We're still waiting, sis. Like, you think we forgot?
They were like, all right. And so now we are off to another part of their life. I don't know what the next album is going to be called, but it's not X.
They're like,
waiting for that one.
That messy. They really do it. They're like procrastinators. Lamy says, speaking of IU, don't y'all think IU as an idol or as a non-singer, idol singer? To be honest, I think of her and Ailey as both. They seem to straddle the fence. I definitely think in the early, like, when IU first started, like with that, she had like this song called Missing Child or something, and it was very like not idol-esque. But I definitely think during from like Marshmallow era to at least like Good Day, the end of Good Day era, I would definitely call her an idol, even though she did like participate in writing music and stuff like that. I think as of recent, because her songwriting ability is so highlighted, definitely I want to like not to say that idols don't write, but I feel like it's just perceived differently or whatever. But I think it's confusing because she does show up to, well, I don't even think she shows up to a lot of idol stuff anymore. Like, I don't know. What do you think?
I just thought an idol was just an artist.
That's true.
I I
Don't
don't
call
know.
me idol. Don't how did that song go?
They call me idol. Idol.
Also,
I'm Jared. I'm Jared. I don't know what they say.
I think like nowadays, I think, and maybe this with it itself is a marketing scheme, but the idea of being real and vulnerable and like participating in music and stuff like that, while like maybe it used to be more foreign ideal, like in terms of idols, it's becoming more the norm. Like, you know, you have a lot of groups that participate in music writing. You have a lot of groups that like live stream to their fans or like, you know, are honest about like wanting to date and stuff like that. So like that kind of like fake shield that like idols used to have or fake personas are kind of like breaking down for more like real one. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like we know idols personally or anything, but I'm just saying it's been making that like kind of like line between idol and artist more blurry.
Yeah. Because used to be so obvious, like the L thing for Infinite, how he's supposed to be like cold and whatnot, and he's nothing like that. They're just like, you look like you could be that, so that is you. So you do that. Don't speak to anybody. Don't talk to the members.
That's so
Like, you're just
weird.
cold.
I feel like that's happened with multiple people. I'm pretty sure that's happened with Top from Big Bang. I think that also happened with Jae from TVXQ. I think they told him he had to be like a cold stone beauty type guy.
Him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
But
What was I
yeah,
thinking?
it's strange. Definitely during Good Day era, she could have been portrayed as an idol. Yeah. Oh, she doesn't go on music shows? Okay. I feel like her title tracks are more idol, but when you listen to her albums, I don't get that vibe. I guess you could say that. I think kind of depends on the title track, definitely, but you know.
But is it still pop? I
Yeah.
just always thought like an idol was just like, I don't know, like somebody
Yeah.
people look up to. So I don't know. And if she's still doing pop, then she's still K-pop.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
so I just like assume that she's just a K-pop idol, but she's just not like on everything. Like she's not doing like the publicity stuff as much as the other idols do.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
guess it could be seen as like a different lifestyle compared to an artist. Because I've heard so many people say like, oh, idols are different than artists, but it's like to me, I don't know. They're basically the same thing. You're an artist either way.
That's
I
true.
don't know.
That's true. Yeah, because also there's people who are considered artists who like don't write their music and stuff like that. So, you know, I guess it kind of depends. Like I feel like we have to like look at somebody who's like always been considered an artist through and through and then compare that to maybe somebody who's been an idol through and through, like throughout the duration of their career, maybe like compare and contrast the differences. That would probably be the easiest thing.
Yeah.
Oh, like Leo from Vix. Apparently, he also had the act Stone Cold Steve Austin, but actually,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. He definitely did. But he's still quiet. So like I mean like it probably wasn't hard for him. He was just like, "Oh, I don't have to speak." Okay.
sounds
Don't have
fair.
to ask me twice.
Sounds like a deal. All right, hello Leona and hello Micah. Thank you for coming to the stream. So what Sowon did? So if you don't, we talked about it a bit earlier, but I don't mind recapping it. So basically, she uploaded a picture. Was it to her Instagram? I already forgot. I literally have the memory of a goldfish.
Don't remember.
But okay, I still have the article up. She uploaded a picture of her like boot up kiss. What did I say? Boot up, kissed up, badoo up. Um, it was a picture set of her hugging up on a mannequin that was dressed as a Nazi soldier. So a lot of people were calling her out because obviously, why would you be hugged up, kissed up, booed up with a Nazi soldier mannequin? And so she ended up deleting the post, but allegedly the reason why she deleted the post is because fans would be jealous and not necessarily because it was a Nazi soldier. So now she's being called out online. Somebody also uncovered that apparently, who is it? Shinbi has Sowon saved as Kittler under her in her phone.
Forgot about that. I already forgot about that.
What is going on? Which is a mixture of Hitler and Kim So Jung. So now like people are calling it out. And she has yet to apologize. It did happen today, so she might be preparing an apology. We don't know. But essentially that's the 411. All right, so I'm actually going to move on to the next topic. We did the comebacks. Let me see. I keep losing where I'm at. Okay. So the next topic, so this is another quick one. So last week we talked about Kingdom, which is the spinoff of Queendom, and kind of a segue or what the show Road to Kingdom was a precursor, and they finalized the lineup. I don't know if they'll be adding anyone in addition to this lineup, but these are the groups that have been confirmed. So the boys, of course, they were the winner of Road to Kingdom. They'll be a part of the group. Or they'll be on the show. TVXQ will be hosting. And then in terms of other confirmed groups, we have Stray Kids, on AT's FS9 and BTOB. So those are the official. And I heard that they like changed the rules a bit for Kingdom. Nobody's getting voted off. It's just kind of like a performance and who's the best. So that's
fun.
Yeah, I feel like that's funner because I feel like I want to see new performances every week. So is there somebody that you think will outshine the rest in terms of
who's left in BTOB right now? Not like, because I know Ilhoon's like he left, but like I know some of them are in the army. Like Sungjae's
in the army. I think Eunkwang, Changsub. Who else?
Is Chanshik?
I don't think.
Peniel's still here. I know that.
Oh, Peniel.
I don't think he has to serve either. No, I'm thinking about it. He's American.
So. Oh wait. So I don't know who's in the group, but I know that B2B for you. Oh, it's B2B for you. Literally, who's not in the army right now? Because then it's Peniel, Chansub, Inkwang, and Hyungshik.
Oh yeah, okay.
B2B got the swag. B2B changed the game.
Changsub, Peniel. So that's the 4 of them. Okay. They have like their 2 main vocalists and
also
2 rappers.
Oh, that's a good balance.
Yeah. So sorry, I just wanted to know who was left for them. I guess out of this, I don't know.
When all that, you're just like
a lot. I think they'll I think they'll all do well. I don't know. They all have like somehow I feel like they have like a lot of a similar style, except for like I think Icon, SF9 and Stray Kids and ATs all seem to have a kind of similar style to me. No. I don't know. It's like this, like they have like a
drag her.
At least not actually no, SF9 not really. But AT, Stray Kids, and Icon seem to have like a hip hop type of kind of reminds me of BAP type of style.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like they have good vocalists. They're always doing like high notes. And then the rappers with one with like a low voice. Mm-hmm. One with a high voice. I don't know. It just seems I don't know who I think will win. Do you have any idea?
I feel like I'm just like, because I feel like I am gonna watch it, and I feel like there's kind of like I have a disconnect between like newer boy groups, even like Icon I don't even know too well, which is like crazy. So I'm looking to see, because I know like AT's ever since they came out, I've been hearing their name like since day one, so I really want to like enjoy them in the way that other people enjoy them. And then the boys are newer, and plus it has, what's his name?
I already forgot his name.
My fave. And
I was
plus, the
looking at
boys, the
some.
boys, the boys, the boys, the boys.
Oh gosh. Hakneon.
Hacknun, yeah. And so, they're a bigger group. Oh, wait, they debuted
Yeah,
a
they're
while
like
ago.
they have like 200 people. Just like doesn't Stray Kids have like 200 people?
I think Stray Kids is like in the
And
middle.
SF9. There's too many big groups.
There's going to be
18 has
3,000
like
people.
8 people too, right?
Wait, how can they film this? There'll be a minimum of 3,000 people on set at all times. What?
Wait,
Pandemic
hold on.
coup?
Yeah, ATEEZ has 8 people. The Boys has I think 9, maybe 10.
Oh my God, these are
gosh.
some big groups.
Wait, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4.
The Boys
5,
has
6.
11. I think somebody left though.
Oh my gosh. What? Somebody left? Oh,
Wait, 1, 2, 3,
12?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, one person will. No, 11.
So there's
Okay.
10.
No. One person left, so now there's 11.
Oh, so there was 12. They're trying to do that EXO.
Well,
EXO
all
being
right.
pioneers. Stray Kids has how many?
I
8.
don't know. Yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
excited.
there's so many big groups.
I think this will be good for the boys, and I also think this will be really good for iKON because iKON has been slipping into the future. No, but they have kind of been. I feel like they're not to be shady, but I feel like they're.
I was gonna say that sounded so shady. They've been slipping.
No, but I feel like their popularity is not what it once was. Like I feel like it's kind of like they come back and it be quiet, like no shade, but it's like not to say that this makes them less of people, like whatever. But I'm just saying it's kind of like noticeable that they like back in the day you couldn't go 2 seconds without hearing about what iKON was doing, and now I feel like I have to seek them out if I want to hear about them.
Yeah, I think it's because of that Hanbin thing. I think that damaged their reputation for a little bit. And people were like, let's not F with this group for a little while, a little bit.
For a lot of while. It's been a while, right? Since then?
Yeah. But have they come back a lot?
That's the thing. I think they had made one comeback or something. I don't know.
Devil? No, that's Bobby. Bobby like released like 3 different songs. I'm so confused. What the heck? They need to go back to Killing Me. That was a good song.
You get the na 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 na. Do you watch Girl 999? No, what's that? SF9 has a slight softer and sleeker vibe of a concept for me. That sounds like something out there. Oh, LD, I wish 17 Astro and NCT would go on there. That would be a show.
If Astro was there, I would have been like, they will win only because I am a fan and I want them to win.
You'll do what you need to do to make it happen.
And I need them to get more recognition. They're so freaking good. Well, they went from cutesy when they didn't even want to do cutesy. They had Sun in shorts, blush when he was tall as heck for no reason. And then they started doing nice, like, sexy music. And people were just like, no.
Do you think that they get kind of Suzied because of how big Eunwoo is? Individually, and how he has like this acting how every time they want to make a webtoon into a drama, they call him up. He's on speed dial for some reason because he looks like all the main characters, honestly. But yeah, I think it will show what iKON is capable of, unfortunately, without BI. I think
crazy sexy cool, sorry, I just read something.
Oh, that song. That's the one song where like you need to peep this, and I was like, it's been peeped.
Such a good song.
Yeah, but they had a comeback early 2020, I believe. Yeah, and it was quiet. Maybe it's me though, because I was going through an existential crisis, but honestly,
I think we all were. I think they came back at the wrong time. Exactly. We were all just like, oh wait, the world is falling apart. We don't need you. We need serenity.
Oh my girl, fan, the new survival show of Mnet. It's gonna start soon. They have teasers for the show Girls 9. I think we could watch a teaser if it doesn't play music. Let me check.
Ooh.
Girl 999. The thing is though, like, I can't with survival shows. I don't know how you guys gear up. Some of y'all gear up for survival shows each week because it hurts me. Like something like Road to Kingdom obviously is a bit different because it's like they're already groups. It's just them trying to get like some like more exposure or whatever. But like the actual survival show method kills. Like I almost died watching Produce 48. Like it literally had my blood pressure. It had me fighting on freaking Stan Twitter or whatever. Like
honestly.
It was a mess. I feel like, yeah, but it, like I can't, like
Breakfast
I
that's
have
ready
to
in a
be able
snap.
to. The only way I can like do it is if like I don't get attached to anyone. But then if you don't get attached to anyone, it's not as fun. So it's like a lose 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 situation. Oh, Girls Planet 999.
Okay, I was gonna say I can't find this, so I kind of gave up.
Let me see if I can play it. They better not yeet me for this, for trying to play it.
Ow. Was
Exactly.
Mnet again? Mnet needs to calm down.
This
They said we screwed up all these people's lives for this past like 5 years, but now we're back. We're better than ever. We're gonna do the same thing. You won't know. We'll do better.
Exactly.
We'll hide these things much better.
It's like wild how like everyone was like justice for Khan, and then I was like, ooh, what's this next show? You know, like it's kind of like that cognitive dissonance.
On the same freaking channel. At least if it was on something else, I'd be like, okay, maybe we'll do better.
I'm afraid that not GOT7, they'll yeet me if I play this. Oops.
Oh, they have people from Korea, China, and Japan.
All right.
Ooh.
We'll just play it without audio. Maybe they won't even. There is a world unknown. All right, they said budget for this teaser. Uh-oh. Somebody came out with the Balenciaga boots. Is this girl actually in the show? Because I already
don't
called
think they did
favoritism.
anything. Because it says they also announced that the application to become a contestant will be open until February 21st.
Oh, okay. So it hasn't even started. Okay. That's kind of interesting. So they're like taking people from scratch, not like people who are already in companies. I'll say out of everything, I like that model too. Taking free agents and trying to make them become a star versus people.
That's what Boys 24 was basically.
Yeah, and then Hwa-young said, y'all stink.
It's because his name was Hwa-young. It's not his fault. Hwa-youngs were having bad years, having a bad year that year. Because wasn't the other one like a bully or something?
Oh, what's
the one that was like from TR?
Oh yeah. Well, I feel like, yeah, I guess, yeah, that was unfortunate. This is not Island Girls version. B-Left closed their auditions already. Please don't rate the show. Every girl does a. See, you're asking for a lot there, and that's like, don't rig a show. How do we carry it out? I don't understand. If we don't rig it, how do we determine who's gonna be in the final lineup? But yeah, I feel like I mean, I don't know. That didn't give really much information, unless you found more information. Yeah. But there's a lot.
There's only like 2 sentences on the Wikipedia.
Somebody made a wiki just to write a sentence. They're like, to be continued or to be started. To be continued. Apparently I saw something on, I forget, some forum, and they're like, there are currently 6 survival shows going on right now, and I'm like, whoo,
where?
I don't know. Well, just showed me the money count. Show me the money over. I don't know, but there's a lot. They're very popular. They're very popular. But yeah, so we're gonna move on, and I'm gonna try a new thing that I actually just set up, where I actually have screenshots or skeenscots, as I like to call them. So I'm gonna move. Ooh, is it here? Is it here? Window capture. All right. So we're going to move on to the next story. So the next story comes in when BTOB in Kwang had to apologize for something that his fellow member Lee Chang-sub did. So during BTOB 4U's, which is like a subunit, they had a live concert on the 23rd. So Chan-sub, during this thing, this performance or let's concert, there's one point in the concert where he looks at the camera and holds up 7 fingers. So actually let me change it to show that. So this is the picture. And then somebody also noted that there is a point, oh, sorry, this is the picture. I forgot there's not automatic. Somebody also noted, that is not the picture. This is the picture. This is the picture. Why is it not showing up?
Which picture? Wait, which picture are you showing?
It's supposed to be.
I see a picture of them doing this on the stream.
There's supposed to be another one of Chang Sub doing that. Why is it not going?
Well, the two of them were doing it.
Yeah, there's the two of them, but then there's a close-up one that's supposed to show. Have I been bamboozled? Let me try this.
I see you flipping through them.
Wait, I'm flipping through them now?
No, because it's delayed on mine.
Oh,
I'm watching it through YouTube.
Is it showing?
It's just showing the same picture of them.
Why is this happening to me? Oh my god, I'm gonna explode. Oh wait, maybe it's okay. Wait, let me try this. All right. Well, essentially that gives the gist. There is a picture of Chang Sub. Oh, I have so many slides to show. There's a picture of Chang Sub. Maybe if I do this here, I'll turn off studio version. So now it shows. Do you see it now?
It's so like maybe I'm like so behind. Oh, okay, I see it.
So annoying. You can't do it while on studio version. So yes, as you can see, it's a picture of Chang Sub holding up 7 fingers during their BTOB for You concert, and then here's another photo of Peniel and Chang Sam holding up 7. So why this is controversial is because, as some of you know, actually last month, BTOB debuted as 7 members, but last month member Il-hoon left the group after he was caught using marijuana. He was under police. It came out he was under a police investigation, and then found out he had used marijuana. So a lot of people were saying, you're putting up 7 members, but there's 6. And so on the 23rd, group member and leader In Kwang posted an apology to Instagram. So the apology itself was kind of vague. It was kind of like, sorry for people who might be uncomfortable towards something that recently happened. We're not trying to make you uncomfortable. Stay healthy, Melodies. Bye. Melodies is their group or whatever, right? So people were like, oh, this must be in relation to him holding up 7 fingers. Bada boom, bada bing, bing, bong. He was apologizing. Then later on the 25th, member Chang Sub, who was one of the ones that hold up 7 fingers, he took to his Instagram and kind of posted a rebuttal, and essentially said, the held back and built up emotion, as well as many thoughts, burst forth uncontrollably when our concert music started playing. It was a gesture I made. The intention was, let us not forget us from that time. I will engrave that in my heart forever. I hope this intention will not be distorted. At the same time, I hope that this will be remembered in my heart and in all of your hearts. I will continue to grow as BTOB and as Chang Sub into a good artist and a better person. So essentially, there's a lot of people debating whether, he just left a month ago, the other member, but he left on marijuana use, which is like considered a bad thing. So there's a lot of people who are like, well, is In Kwang in the wrong for like apologizing, no matter how vague it might have been, instead of just backing up Chang Sub? Is Chang Sub in the wrong for even doing the hand gesture in the first place? Peniel did it too, but apparently people apparently he was like, I'm not going to speak on it. So
like, he's American. He's got weird views. We don't, he doesn't know.
And so one of the things I wanted to immediately bring up is the Sowons in the chat will probably know that similar, controversy happened when Jessica was removed from SNSD back in 2014. I actually did a couple stories on them, but one I wanted to bring to year was when Tiffany for SNSD for their 9th year anniversary celebration, she posted this image to her Instagram, and essentially it was an image of 8 SNSD members who were in SNSD at the time, and it was like a celebration, but somebody pointed out that as this is a picture from early on in their debut, this picture originally had 9 members, so this was the original picture actually, and as you can see, Jessica's sandwiched between Sohyun and who is that? Taeyeon, Yuri? I think that's Yuri, or maybe it's Sunny. I can't really see. I think it's Sunny. And so people were, kind of criticizing her because they were like, well, SNSD for majority of the time was 8 or 9 members, and you were celebrating their 9th year anniversary. It's shady for you to crop out Jessica, because keep in mind, Jessica's in the middle, so she had to do some cropation. She really had to get in there.
It's easy. It's a straight line. She just had to move it over.
She had to use her. She was on her Adobe Photoshop. But yeah, so people were saying, there was a big heated argument at the time because they're like, is it shade that she cropped her out, or is it expected because she's not in the group anymore? So in your opinion, and obviously this is a bit different, I want to say that they both left on like awkward kind of like hush hush terms where like people don't really want to talk about it. But is it wrong for them to acknowledge that this was a member in their group? Keep in mind, Ilhoon only left a month ago. So what do you chat think? What do you think, Jasmine?
For the BTOB thing, I don't know. It's if they still were friends with him or are still friends with him, and like they obviously have had a long history together, it's kind of stupid to be mad at him for being like, oh, well, we're still like a unit just because he was smoking marijuana or whatever. Doesn't mean like somehow that just erased everything that he did. It's not like he went, I don't know, he didn't do something like horrible to me. I feel like marijuana isn't that bad in my opinion. So it's not a bad thing that he's still acknowledging him. With the SNSD thing, I kind of understand if she left on bad terms. So they're probably like, well, like F you, you're no longer in this group. Bye. Congrats to everyone but Jessica. Thank you.
You don't exist, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just yeah, I feel like specifically it's like crazy for them to yeet him when like literally this man left 28 days ago. So it's just like it's very new. So even if you like expect him to just like forget this man existed, it's not gonna happen overnight or whatever. And like he said, I feel like what he said was beautiful, and I think that was like kind of the basis of a lot of people's criticism of Tiffany. It's like this was somebody who was in the group for a majority of the time we existed. Like I can't just be like, especially if I'm gonna play a song or something like that from back there, I can't just be like, this is like we were already always 6. I feel like it's kind of scary, and like as much as I understand when SNSD would keep referring themselves as A and blah blah blah, understand where they're coming from. Honestly, it is kind of scary just to like rewrite history and act like this member never existed in the group, especially if the majority, I think at this point, well, SNSD is kind of like on hiatus or whatever, but like at this point, this year would actually be the year in which Jessica was in SNSD just as long as she was out of SNSD, because she left in 2014. They debuted in 2007. That's 7 years, and then from 2014 to 2020 or 2021. So this August she'll be. So it's kind of like, I guess at this point you can toss and turn, but it's like at the time the majority of SNSD was Jessica. Jessica was a part of it. The majority of she helped. She was one of the more popular members, so she definitely played a big part in their popularity or whatever. So yeah, it's definitely strange to expect people to act like they don't exist. People laughing at me. Sorry, I'm reading chat and everyone's like, "LOL, it's the same picture, fool." All right. LD says BTOB doesn't even feel complete without Ilhoon. Daisy says SM banned the word Jessica on V Live, and people started saying Jennifer to get around it. Yeah, Tiffany move was shitty as AF. So I remember doing the video about it, and a lot of people pointed it out. But do you think she did, and this is me on my apparently JT stan whatever, but do you think she did it to, do you think she could have just used a recent picture, or do you think she just did that because she didn't want to cause issues? Like, do you think it was personally her being like, we already been 8, whatever, gang, or do you think she was like, I know it's gonna create a World War 7 if I like include Jessica in this picture, so let me just do my cropation and yeet her out of existence, you know?
I don't know.
sorry, I'm going back a bit. Everyone else just posted pics from promotions that they were doing that year, so it was shady. That was another thing that I mentioned in the original video, particularly Sohyun. People were comparing it to her post, which was all recent pictures. But then a lot of people said, well, does that mean posting pictures that were pre 2014 are all off limits now? Like how does that work, you know? Because that's kind of unfair.
That was also probably the easiest picture to take her out. And like, because it was also like, I don't know, maybe she wanted to show a picture like, oh, this is where we started. Because like, wasn't that like the beginning of like
yeah,
journey?
that was one of their first,
like for an anniversary picture, it makes sense to pick an old picture. And she was like, oh, well, she's still there, so we gotta pick a picture where I can take her out really easily, which is right here, and crop her out, and SM can't say jack.
That's true. Because like, I don't mean to use the, you know, SM's making them do X, Y, and Z, but at the same time, it might be a big influence, like just not shaking the table. I remember when Jessica mentioned Sowon and netizens were... That's actually funny because I feel like she would mention them, but they couldn't mention her. Like, I remember there was, like, this, like, thing I talked about where, like, somebody asked Tiffany during, like, her solo, like, promotions directly about Jessica, and she just, like, vaguely answered it, but then, like, you know, Jessica would talk about them, so... It could be like a SM thing. SM's trash. You ain't never lie, LD. Heck, I think Tan tagged her when I Got a Boy hit her anniversary. Did she? I feel like the Sowons would have went up for that. Dang, I definitely missed that. I'm sure it's the company that is pretty much the ones that want to essentially erase members out. That could be true. Like, for all we know, like, they, you know... I don't know, do brunch on Wednesdays still, but they just can't, you know, have it out in the open. Although I think now, if they're over it, given like the state of SNSD where some members, you know, are doing their own thing and some members are like not even in the company anymore, I feel like if they truly didn't care, we would see them. But like, again, they don't have to show everything they do on like Instagram. So, Lami said,
didn't they, I swore, weren't they on bad terms and that's why she got kicked out? I thought they all like wanted her out or something.
So I feel like the whole, I remember the lore because I have not really looked into it in a while, but I remember the whole lore was that she was always going to leave because there was like this like kind of like she wanted to start like her solo stuff and her business, and like apparently there was like a dispute whether she would have enough time to do both. So essentially they were going to leave, and like there's this like idea that their Tokyo Dome show was supposed to be like her farewell concert, but then she had maybe like double back and like, actually I don't want to leave because I can do both or whatever. But then they're like, well, we're gonna have you leave, so I don't know what you want, but get the heck out of here. Like, you don't gotta go home, but you gotta get the heck out of here. And so she ended up leaving. Yeah, and so that's what I remember the story being. I don't remember like for real. I'm sure there's been updates to the story and people have been clarifying. But yeah. Well, in Super Junior, if they mention Sungmin, the member who got married and had to leave the group, they receive a lot of hate, which is just clownery. Like,
I still don't get that.
Elves must know that they look like clowns, like the way they treat Sungmin. Like, we get it. He wrote, you know, I love you, wife, on his things. Or on your, you know, platinum, I don't even know, box set DVDs. He? Apparently, that's what they said. One of the sources of the annoyance was that he.
Why would he write this?
So I'm just being a stunt roach per usual. But essentially, he kind of, I think it was that he made his signature essentially include his wife's name or something like that, like his signature. Yeah. So they're like, oh,
that's so weird.
Yeah. I mean, I've never loved somebody enough to marry them, so maybe that's the type of things you do when you're in love.
I'm not gonna be like, all right, now that we're married, let me include your name into my signature. No, it's like, what?
Oh God.
I would hope he would look at me and be like, no, please don't. We don't do that here.
Oh, okay, I did the right one. Oh, this is scary when I'm not in studio mode. But yeah, so essentially, yeah, I think that's what happened. Chat, you can probably correct me. The Sowons are probably gonna be like, girl, this is the tea. You are totally off. But Yeah, so I think it's just ridiculous, especially groups have, like, we're not talking about groups who have only been together for like 2 years. We're talking about groups that have been together for years. So what do you expect? Like, what do you really expect? Um, Jessica says not to be a conspiracy theorist. Oh wait, Andre says I honestly wish now that Tiffany is out of SM would spill about the situation because it's still an unsolved mystery. Those are the two biggest mysteries I feel like of K-pop. Actually, my three biggest mysteries are why Yeri was added to Red Velvet late, why J Park was really kicked out at 2 p.m., and why Jessica was really kicked out, like the full story of what happened between Jessica being removed. Those are like my three what the F moments.
Yeah.
Um Not to be a conspiracy theorist, but if something did happen between Taeyeon and Jessica, like a lot of people think, judging by how close Tae and Tiff are, she might have been publicly taking Tae's side. Wasn't there something where Sooyoung posted a picture on Instagram and Jessica posted a pic with the same friends, and it seemed like Sooyoung and Jessica were hanging out? I think I remember something like that trending on Twitter. But then they did their one comeback as 8, and then they did their solo thing. That's true. Yeah, I think there was a vote amongst the girls, which would make sense as to why she said she kept in contact with only some of them. Lami says, looking back at SNSD post Jessica promotions, she could have had time. The girls ain't do much in the last 7 years. I mean, that's kind of the tea. Maybe some NDAs around Jessica's situation. That might be true. Or maybe just a pact for them to, because I feel like if anyone ever gives more information about what actually happened, that's gonna open a whole new can of worms. Like it's 2014 again, and I feel like nobody wants that, because if there were some like shady or less than favorable stuff going on, nobody wants their dirty laundry aired out, I think. But yeah, so that's the tea, and that's the tea. Yeah, so that's it for that topic, I think. Yeah, so yeah, overall, I think, I think it's strange. I understand why people do it, but, I'm not going to deny it's kind of strange to act like a person you've been in the group with so long doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, moving on to the final, like, pre-topic of the day. I don't know how you would say that. But yes, so I have another slide, y'all. Hopefully this isn't flop and I don't embarrass myself. Okay, let's see. I cover half the slide, so that doesn't even work. All right. It's doing it again. There we go.
Whoa. Sorry, I read a comment.
Wait, I think I'm gonna have to mute us. So essentially, let me read what's behind us right now. I mean, can y'all read Korean? Maybe you can't even see what it says. So we have a survey, a popularity survey, specifically an overseas popularity Hallyu Wave survey. First of all, the girls didn't really go up for the Gallup poll this year. You know how like people always like when the Gallup poll is released where like ranks popularity of like idols and stuff like that, people like have a field day with like their faves and their faves music.
Yeah.
I feel like nobody cared about that this year. Maybe it was me. I just didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about it.
Well, I saw that they took off individual idol because apparently there was some drama. Yeah, apparently some group. This is just tea. Some popular group who was maybe uncomfortable with the people in their group being ranked individually because it would cause a lot of turmoil about individual popularity. Apparently messaged the people who do the poll to exclude it. That's what the girls are saying. I don't know if it's true.
I feel like that makes me think of one group.
That's what the girls were saying. And
or actually two. I can see two groups.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's two very but essentially, if you guys look behind us, we have a poll that's half covered because I didn't really think about how this was supposed to look. But on the actually maybe I can change how it looks if I don't fit the screen. Nope. Let me do this. I don't even know if I can edit it in here. It's automatic. Okay, that's a little better. There we go. So if you look at the screen right now behind us, it is a figure, or like whatever you might want to call it, like an infograph of a Hallyu survey, the 2021 overseas Hallyu survey. So essentially on the 28th, the Ministry of Culture, Sport and Tourism and the Korean Foundation for International Culture Exchange released the results of their 2021 overseas Hallyu survey. So the survey was conducted in the form of an online survey from September 24th to November 4th, and it was like based on 2020, and they surveyed a total of 8,500 people who have experienced Korean culture in 18 foreign countries such as the United States, China, and Japan. So along with the results of this year, they published the results of that year. So I was going to go over and translate like what these things in English were, but the way that the infograph is, it was hard to fit everyone that's not in the bottom line, but we'll just read along. So the first one up in the left corner, that is detailing favorite movie. So the first section shows the favorite movies of international, Hallyu fans in 2009 and 2020. So in 2009, we have number 1, Parasite with 12.4. Number 2, Train to Busan. Busan. I don't know. I pronounce Busan. But it's Busan. I don't know. Number 3, Extreme Job. Number 4, With God. And number 5, Exit. And then in 2020, number 1, Parasite was still number 1. Train to Busan was number 2. Peninsula was number 3. Number 4 was Alive, #Alive. And number 5 was Time to Hunt. So let me first start off. Have you seen any of these movies?
Parasite and Train to Busan.
Honestly, same.
That is it.
Honestly, same.
I'd even seen Peninsula. Like, I heard it wasn't as good as Train to Busan, so I just didn't watch it.
I heard, honestly, when I first saw this list, I was like, okay, the Train to Busan was keeping its foot on the girl's neck, because that movie came out in 2016. But I realized that was probably because Peninsula, also it's a good ass movie, but Peninsula was like, the follow-up, so maybe people were like really excited about it. But just a couple things that I noted. Parasite, as you guys know, it won multiple Oscars in the beginning of 2020. So super popular, and its popularity just boosted. Train to Busan, which was number 2 in 2019 and 2 in 2020, came out in 2016. And as I mentioned, some of its popularity might due to the sequel that came out last year, July of 2020. And then I don't know the rest of these movies, but I did like look in. Oh, I also wanted to say that you're right. From what I read on Wiki, Peninsula, a lot of people, it had like mixed it was received mixed. And I think part of the reason is that even though it's set in the same world, it's kind of its own standalone movie, because it's not about anyone who's in the first one. It's about
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's about some like military dude who's sent to like retrieve, like it's in the same world, but sent to retrieve some money in like a part of Korea that's infested with like zombies. So I think that's probably why people.
Oh, I thought it was going to be about like the girl.
Which is what they should have. Listen, this is what they should have done.
Unless she was gonna be older or something. I thought she was gonna show up and be like an older version of herself. Yeah. So on that, apparently it was like mixed reviews. And then number 3, Extreme Job from 2009, is actually the second most viewed film in Korean film history. So very popular, and also apparently Kevin Hart says that he wants to make a remake of it. So, oh gosh, no.
May God be with you. I don't know.
Is this a comedy? Okay, it's a comedy action.
Oh, okay, let's see what everyone's saying. We have Utana fans. Yes, Chrissy, the taste. Let's see. Oh my God.
I don't know any of these people.
What? Oh, sorry.
Did you read the comment? The one with Hyuna? Because I was in shock. I was like, I don't want to read that.
Yeah, that's a rumor. And the thing is, what I hate about that rumor is that like it brings Hyuna into something. Like it's one of that Nene Leaks meme when it's just like, now why I gotta be in it? What does this got to do with me? I think that's like, it's like Hyuna is just sitting there trying to eat her food, and people are trying to implicate her. But yeah, let's see. A lot of people are saying they love Train to Busan. It made you cry. Yes, I bawled at the end. Oh my God.
Oh, really?
Parasite's great. I think what's so great about Parasite is that when I watched it, I've been hearing buzz about it, but I had no idea what it was about. So I was just like, okay, this is getting Oscar buzz. And you know, like the usual pretentious movies that get Oscar buzz,
Yeah.
movies about like slavery or like the 1900s or whatever. And
Yeah.
I was just like, what is going on? But yeah, seems like most of you guys oh my girlfriend said no, not Kevin Hart. I really don't know what I don't know why he's interested in making that movie,
Yeah.
but
I mean, and
be
I
with
guess it's the
God.
same way that Chris Rock was interested in making the Saw franchise come back.
Wait,
You heard
what?
about that, right? I think he made a movie. I don't know if it came out last year. I think it was supposed to come out last year at least. But yeah, he was trying to reboot it and he made a movie and I was like, "Oh my gosh, dude. You and Saw?" I mean, I love you. Like, also what? And I love Saw. That's weird.
Yeah, that's very strange. All right, well, if he likes it, I hate it. No, just kidding. If he likes it, then I love it. But yeah, so yeah, that was it for movies. So moving on to the next info, which is on the right side, we have favorite Korean actor. So in 2009, it was Lee Min-ho, Song Hye-kyo, Song Joong-ki, Gong Yoo, my fave, Suzy and Lee Jong-suk, and then in 2020, Lee Min-ho, Hyunbin, Gong Yoo, Song Hye-kyo, it's Hye-kyo, there we go, and Lee Jong-suk. So a couple things that I noticed. Lee Min-ho has his foot on the girl's neck since a smooth 2008. Like, I remember when Boys Over Flower was popping. The fact that he's still out here being the international fave is actually quite impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of like awesome. And then I noticed that like it's about the same people, like except Suzy seemed to have dropped off, but essentially it's
Just what did Suzy act in?
last year.
Yeah.
For the
Or the year
K-drama
before that.
people, do you guys know? I'm not up on the K-dramas. I'm still watching K-dramas from like 2010. So Chris Rock and Saw, interesting. Yeah,
It's called Spiral. I just looked it up.
He's trying to change it. He should call it like Axe. I don't know.
Well, it's too late. I think you already named it. It's coming out this year.
What? I used to love the Saw franchise. But yeah, for the K-drama people, can you tell us the state of this?
Oh,
Like, do you agree with this like list of the K-drama actors?
As a person who doesn't watch Korean dramas that much, I don't agree. I'm kidding. I don't. I wish I watched more K-dramas. Wait, Gong Yoo. I know him.
Oh, Gong Yoo is my baby. He's the one in he's in Train to Busan.
Goblin?
Oh, is he Goblin? I don't know,
no.
but he's the one in Train to Busan.
Wait.
Let me try to throw up some text.
Yeah,
here,
he's from Goblin. Oh my gosh. I was like, I know him.
Let me throw up some text so we can maybe perhaps.
Right? Am I just making that up? No, I'm confused.
Goblin, as we like to call it.
No, it is Goblin. Why do they have so many different names for like Korean dramas sometimes? Like literally when I looked it up, I got scared. I was like, wait, is he not in Goblin? But they called it Guardian, the Lonely and Great God.
I feel
like what the heck?
I feel like there tends to be multiple names, but then it's like depending on who translates it, they like determine what. Usually I think there's a standard like translation, like there's one that's everyone's supposed to go to, but like, sometimes people just translate, how they want to. So they go
Google
rogue.
needs to get on top of the popular one because everyone calls it Goblin. Need to fix that.
Come correct or don't come at all. All right. So here we go. Oh, this is bootleg. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, no.
Who is Song Hye-kyo? Looking up everybody. Oh, it's a...
Wait, how do I...
Don't know her.
Sorry, y'all. I don't...
Oh, Descendants of the Sun.
Descendants of the Sun.
I like Lee Jong-suk and Song Joong-ki.
Song Joong-ki, yeah, I like him too.
Hyunbin.
How do I do this?
He's the guy that was playing the teen when he was like 40, right?
Wait.
In the Heirs?
Huh?
No, oh no, that's not. Who's the guy who was in the Heirs that was like He should not be playing a team.
I think that's
well,
Lee
everybody,
Min-ho,
all
right?
of them. I was like, wait, now that I'm thinking about the people in it, everyone shouldn't be playing any of the ages that they were
God.
doing. The heirs.
Oh wait, copy and paste.
The other guy was also old, wasn't he? Woo Bin.
All right, here we go.
Kim
All
Woo Bin.
right.
He was playing the other guy.
All right, guys, I'm
Kyung
almost
Bin.
there. Almost got this. Yeah. So if the K-drama people can tell me if this is a list indicative to what you feel like your tastes are, because I just don't know. I don't watch enough K-dramas. All right, let's do.
Ooh.
All right,
Oh, did I have
perhaps.
that right?
So this is it. This is the top one. All right. I need to work quick. All right. The thing is, I'm putting this up just to delete it in like 2 seconds. So, welcome to my life. Oh my God, I deleted the wrong one, didn't I? There we go. There we go. One more time. Okay, these are the percentages for the top corner. All right, so let's see what chat's saying. Susie did Startup last year. Okay, I'm surprised IU isn't there. Interesting. What was IU in, that hotel thing?
Yeah, Alhambra or something.
Oh, yeah. Susie was in Startup, and before that, she was in While You Were Sleeping. I meant to watch that drama. Susie's last big drama before Startup was the one with Bin, correct? I'm not sure. I'm shocked about Lee Min-ho because I heard his drama wasn't that well received this year. It was parodied a lot, actually. I think that's interesting because I feel like there's how Korea perceives somebody, but then how like the overseas believes somebody. And I'm going to get into that to the next one we do. But I feel like there's a difference between like, you know, because like I feel like a lot of people who have like staple dramas or staple movies and stuff like that kind of like, you know, transcended, they're gonna stay in the public's mind, you know. And I feel like Lee Min-ho has a lot of those like dramas that were just so well received. Even if he hasn't recently done anything that was like super poppin', people are still gonna be fond of him because of like, you know, before. Song Hye Kyo was in Descendants of the Sun. Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Not Song Joong-ki being below Song Hye Kyo. They used to be married. They were both in Descendants of the Sun. They're the ones that got divorced.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When did that happen? This year? I'm not even sure. All right. Well, Lee Min-ho's drama. Oops. Lee Min-ho's drama was still popular internationally because of him. Oh, that's also
Only
true.
married for 2 years.
People will peep, you know, will just stay up on certain things. All right, so for the creme de la creme, the bottom corner, which funny enough is the biggest, is the results for K-pop or K-pop idol, or well, I should say Korean idol or singer, not necessarily K-pop. So these are results of 2009. We had BTS coming in at number 1, Blackpink at number 2, Who else? Psy at number 3, Twice at number 4, and Big Bang at number 5, and that was for 2019. So for 2020, BTS is still reigning supreme at number 1. Let me change it up. Blackpink is number 2 strongly, at 13.5, Size number 3 at 2.9, Twice is number 4 at 2.4, and then EXO is number 5 at 2.1. So, interesting list. Similar to the actor list, the only thing that changed was that number 5 switched, which I thought was interesting. BTS, some points that I noted. BTS and Blackpink went up 7 points. Size number 3. Despite some people claiming he's a one-hit wonder. Big Bang is the only group to leave the list from 2019 to 2020. And EXO managed to come out number 5 in 2020, despite not making a group comeback in 2020. Although members like Baekhyun and Kai had solo projects. So, first of all, are you surprised at this list? 2019 or
Psy, kind of.
He said.
But that's about it.
The thing is with Psy, I think once again, because the thing is, people always try to shade Psy a lot of the times, especially when it comes into who, who's actually relevant, overseas or like in America or whatever, like what actually made impact. A lot of people say that Psy was just seen as a joke. He was seen like silly. He doesn't really have fans and stuff like that. But I feel like this is a testament. I truly think he's on there because of Gangnam Style. Because I feel like you cannot divide, like literally Gangnam Style was trending 2 days ago. Like you cannot deny the cultural impact across the world. Yeah, I don't know why, but you can't deny
People were bored.
They're like, remember that thing? You can't deny the cultural impact. And the thing is, sometimes it only takes one hit. And the thing is, I think Gentleman was a hit too, like internationally.
I was gonna say he had so many other songs, didn't he? I always think of "I Got It From My Daddy."
Oh yeah, I love that song. Yeah, and I definitely think sometimes it just takes those 1 or 2 hits to truly be like a global, like stay on people's, live in people's head rent free or whatever. So I feel like a lot of people tease him for that, but it's afforded him, literally global notoriety, even if it was because of that one hit, which not everyone can say that, if we're being quite honest. And then Twice, I'm surprised that they're so low, I'll be honest, but I guess it just depends where you're polling.
Yeah.
But I think the people aside from Psy, even with Big Bang and EXO, they tend to be the ones that we think when we think internationally popular K-pop groups. But yeah. Another thing I will say is that like people, okay, not to be a blink, but like people will truly swear up and down that nobody likes Blackpink and that their whole popularity is a fluke and it's all fluff. But then I keep seeing this and I'm like, somebody's lying. The math isn't mathing.
Yeah, I feel like it's the same thing that happened with BTS too. Or just any popular group in general. I'm like, nobody really likes this group. And then they get bigger and they're like, still, nobody likes this group. Except for me, and because I am nobody. I am the nobody I'm talking about.
Yeah. Swiggle says, I guess Psy is surprising as people who are into K-pop, the K-pop sphere, but I forget that for people in general public casually, he will always be the face. Yes, he'll be like the thing that people know. Even now, like when like with BTS blowing up, when people mention K-pop, it's either them or Psy, I feel like a lot of the time, or Blackpink. But yeah, it's interesting. I hope Psy can release the Japanese version of Gangnam Style, Roppongi style. I heard YG and Avex stopped him. That's interesting. I didn't know that. A couple years too late, but who said that BT not pop? I feel like I just somehow always get into that toxic side of Twitter that's always claiming X, Y, and Z is actually a flop, or BTS doesn't sell that much and they're actually irrelevant, like, or EXO, is going to disband any day now. Like people who, I don't know how I find myself in that toxic side of like Twitter and the forums, but I feel like it's just like people are so pressed to like just discredit people, I guess.
Yeah.
I keep hearing about BP, so somebody's exactly. Well, I think it all comes up to that whole like, YG. Like there was a point where people were just like YG media play YG, and I feel like Blackpink got a lot of the brunt of that criticism because they just happened to be kind of like the kind of face of YG at the time, where a lot of people were criticizing them for their like previous like, or their even current like media play or whatever, or like twisting the facts or whatever. So a lot of people just like be like, oh, everything that Blackpink has is a lie. No, Chrissy, for real, people really be saying just the most wild things. Like I'm like, it's 2021 and y'all are still trying to claim that BTS is not relevant with the public. Like it's just like, we've done this. This is a very 2016 conversation. Let's move on. Or like if people are trying to say like EXO or flops or something like that, it's like we've done this in 2013. Where were you? It's such a mess. People say the same thing about NCT, but they sold like 5 million copies last year. Yeah. Even GOT7, like when Agase were like saying, oh, this, that, and the third about JYP, like they're like, they treated GOT7 wrong. There are a bunch of people like, oh, shut up, like GOT7 were flops and that's why they got dropped, blah, blah. Like I'm like, people really just have their own narratives and be like, all right, that's what we're sticking with.
So annoying.
Yeah. But yeah. Do you have any other points you wanted to add?
EXO should rise. I don't know.
2025 is their year.
Oh my gosh. What even? Please no. I mean, honestly, they should come back. Jimin will be like 35 years old, but like, it's okay.
Oh God, he'll like, all right, he'll still look like he looks like he's 23. Like how? What is it? Although I was watching this video and I was like, it's so crazy because like nobody looks like how they look on screen, like they edit everything or whatever. So it's like people will have this idealized beauty, but even that person that they're like, just like revering for their beauty probably doesn't even look like that in real life. So like I remember people be like, oh, J-Lo, she looks so youthful, blah blah, and then pictures of her that were unedited were revealed and like she is 50, so she has wrinkles like 50-year-olds do, and people are like, oh my God, she looks so bad. I'm like, no, she looks 50 and that's fine. Like
I mean, her body is still nice
True.
for a 50-year-old. So
EXO better not to spam. We just got Dio back, right? Oh, Shimon's back too. I was gonna say.
well, he's been back for a while.
That's true.
He just came out with the OSD.
Oh,
today.
really? For a drama?
Yeah. For that one of those period dramas. I forgot what it's
Period
called.
dramas.
Queen, Mr. Queen. There we go. That was what's called.
Oh yes. Oh, that's good.
Period dramas. I just realized what you just said.
Period dramas. But that's good for him. But I was gonna say something shady just to get on your nerves, but it wouldn't even make sense.
How dare.
All right. So I think this is about the time where we open it up for topics, because that was the last topic I wrote about. So if anyone has topics that they want to discuss, we'll open the next 15-ish minutes to it. I started a little late, so I like to keep this like around 2 hours, but I realized I started pretty late. So like if anyone has anything they want to talk about.
Oh, Mr. Queen is good. Mr. Queen.
You're like, that's nice, but I'll just listen to the
I was actually gonna look it up. I don't even know who's in it.
An EXO comeback would be appreciated, lol. Do y'all think Chen will come back with them? There are still those crazy fans who are angry at his marriage and son.
They can be mad. But 2025, no one's gonna care. They'll be like, wait, I'm already married myself, so why am I mad?
Those people will have children.
Hold up.
Be nursing their baby like, how dare Chen have a baby? Oh,
I still need to marry him so I can divorce my husband.
This is not according to plan. But yeah, I thought it'd be weird if they were still angry. And even now, it's kind of the wave for K-pop or for boy band members to be fathers. Austin from Pretty Much is married with a child, so I feel like
so
he
baffling
kinda...
to me.
Why?
It just looks. I don't know. He just looks so. Like I don't even know if. I just doesn't look like a dad. I think that's my thing. He just looks like he's just like a guy in his early 20s living it up, and then he has a kid. And he's just like, wait, hold on, that's
cool
not.
dad.
No, that's what it looks like, honestly.
Funny enough, Austin has more lines than ever in these recent songs they released. So maybe
As you should.
Not even Austin said. Also, apparently they got dropped from Simon Cowell's label and they signed to a new yeah. So that's probably why they've been
good.
Hey.
Because Simon was out here like, I'm gonna make a great group, and then he did, and then he was like, but also I don't want to pay attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Do anything. So you guys do you make your music, you do all that stuff, and I will go back to AGT and I'm gonna find the best acts in the world.
Honestly, I think it's one of those like similar to like some K-pop group K-pop companies that like if the idol group doesn't get popular in like 47 days, you're like, well, let's disband it. Like I'm not trying to go. I'm not trying to try. So
yeah.
Anyone play the K-pop Superstar games? Is that like the Tap Tap Revenge type games? K-pop Superstar. Cause
I think so, isn't it?
I've been what was I gonna say? I've been working, waiting, wishing you. I've been trying to look for fun K-pop themed games to play on Twitch, because I feel like people would enjoy that, but I can't find anything. So
K-pop games.
yeah, like I'm like I feel like why aren't there like more like K-pop like dating sims or like make a company
Oh, play
simulators?
the BTS one.
Anyway, not just kidding. Is there one like an official one?
Wasn't there? I thought that was the. Remember when that whole thing when they made that game on they had the
Oh,
website?
is that a dating
Yeah.
sim? Well, I'd play that. Does
I
that have
thought it was
anything?
like I thought everyone thought it was going to be one, and then they're like, "Oh wait, no." And then,
Oh, I feel
I
like
don't know.
fans were offended because they're like, "That's creepy." We're not those weird kind of creepy fans that want to fake date our idols.
You know,
So
deep down, I was there. You know that meme with the mask, like the person typing, and they have that mask, and they're like crying behind it. I'm just imagining there were several fans that were doing that. Like, we're not the type of fan, but like, oh, so please, please,
don't listen to me.
make a dating sim. Reverse psychology.
I feel like it was it's I feel like it's always weird making real people into like fake things. I don't know. What's happening with Big Hit and YG? I heard they're doing something together. Listen, I tried. Oh, hey Dante, thank you for coming through. I tried to look into that, but it's just like I did not know what's going on. And I think that's the problem with like there's a lot of biased reporting because like people like want to make it something it's not. But
Which one? What is it?
apparently Big Hit and YG are doing something, but I heard that it's with YG Plus, which is not actually YG.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I forget what it was, but like they were doing something, so a lot of people were like, oh, like some people were mad because they're like, why are you doing anything with YG? Some people are like, yes, Big Hit's taken over, and other people were just, but I didn't really read it. Like, well, I guess let me take a look into it. Big Hit YG. Let me go to my homegirl Soomp.
What is YG Plus though? Like, is that just like?
I read that it was like a
That's what I thought. Okay, it's their model thing, right?
what model thing?
Their model side.
Oh,
Like
is it? I thought it was
Oh. No, YGK Plus is their model, but that's underneath YG Plus, which is just confusing.
All right, we're gonna go to my girl soon. Okay, so here's one. Big Hit Entertainment and Naver to combine Weverse and V Live into new platform. Big Hit Entertainment and Naver are joining hands. On the afternoon of January 27th, Naver held a board meeting and decided to invest 410 billion won into Big Hit subsidiary BNX, which operates the fan community platform Weverse. As a result of the investment, Naver gains a 49% stake in BNX, and Naver's VLive business will be transferred to BNX. Well, it was also decided that BNX would be renamed Weverse Company Inc. Naver revealed today they would be creating a new global community platform by collaborating with Big Hit Entertainment and combining the users, content, and services of VLive and Weverse. The platforms owned by each company. That's actually very smart.
I was wondering what Weverse was compared to VLive. I was very confused. I was like, it just seems like a Big Hit version of VLive.
Yeah, I think it's similar. I thought it was more like the Dom cafes where it's like a fan cafe where you can like post stuff and stuff like that. I've never been on it. I've never signed up for anyone's Weverse or whatever, but I saw
neither.
Yeah, that a lot of people. Yeah.
Is that like a website, like Weverse.com?
All right, so I don't think this is the YG one.
I mean, it says it. Well, the one I'm looking at, it says it's all the same thing that you just read.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I typed in YG and that's what came up.
But I don't know where YG comes in. Oh, wait, no.
Oh, wait. Was there an extension? No. Why does the YG pop up and lead me to this article?
Like all I see is like we highly anticipate synergy between YG Plus's expansive network and music distribution in the merchandise industry and Big Hit and BNX's experience in the artist intellectual property business and platform operations. I don't know what that means. I just like literally was reading words.
It means stonks. I don't know.
Honestly. That guy just standing there like stonks. That bald-headed.
You seem like you hate him. What did he do to
I don't
your
know what
Jeff?
he is. He looks creepy.
Stonks.
Looks like a mannequin.
So in conclusion, stonks. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, but it seemed like it was some type of investment thing. But I feel like people blew it out of proportion.
Yeah,
because it was just like YG and Big Hit in the same sentence. No.
Especially because YG is having, people keep wanting to bring them down.
I mean, including their own
I know,
person.
yeah. I don't want to say that. I don't want to slander them.
I feel like I'll slander anyone. I'll slander anyone in my way.
Slander anyone who's willing to slander themselves,
Wait, maybe somebody oh, okay, yeah, they're K-pop Tap Tap Revenge. I've actually never played that actually. I feel like it would be fun because I love so many K-pop songs. Yeah, they're gonna get, I think that's genius, V-Live and Weverse together, because people are like, Weverse seems like, everyone and their mama is getting their own fan cafe. Damn, fan cafe, does that even operate anymore? Big Hit's annoying because they're really trying to buy out all these big companies so that when BTS lists, they'll be secure. I mean, from a company standpoint, like from an anti-monopolist or whatever standpoint, I'm like, yeah, that's annoying. But from a company standpoint, that makes sense because the thing is, recreating somebody as popular as BTS is not going to happen for them. Like,
yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, that's not even shady. Like, even companies like YG and SM have the group that like was just crazy popular or whatever, and like obviously people like TXT and stuff like that, they have to get their own time to like crawl and whatever, but like BTS are 7 guys, and having all your company's worth in 7 people that can decide that they don't want to do it anymore, have to go to the army, yada yada yada, can't be working 24/7, so you can't be constantly draining content out of them. You have to get your money from somewhere else, and I feel like they know that they're not gonna have a group that's as successful as BTS, like ever. Like it's a anomaly or whatever. Yeah, monopoly. Yeah, well, this is a monopoly, but BTS is an anomaly. So I feel like they're like our next best thing is just to use this money that BTS made for us and try to put it in as many investments to grow money elsewhere. That way, where we don't have to rely on these 7 guys, but then we don't have to be pressured to make another BTS, because that's realistically not gonna happen, I think.
I'm just surprised they're not willing to like make more groups, because like all they have now are just 2 groups. I mean, TXT just debuted, but like
when did TXT
they still don't have any other groups.
I think there's,
but I guess they still have Source Music.
Yeah, that's true.
And I guess Enhypen is kind of under them. I don't know what they are considered.
I really don't know either. That confuses me. The only groups that I recognize as big hit groups are Tomorrow by Together and BTS. That may be wrong, but
like I can't consider 17 a big hit group. Like it's not happening.
Oh wait, did they take play? I thought
they have playlists.
Oh my god, they are a monopoly. Okay, maybe you're right,
like,
LD.
So when 17 came out with their last music video or something, I remember I looked at it and I was like, wait, big hit label, get this out of here.
Oh my god, you're right.
That's not it.
Tomorrow by Together. All right. What was I looking up? Okay. Well, on Wikipedia, the #1 source of truth, it says that the only big hit artists are BTS and Tomorrow by Together. Why don't they call him Tomato? Tomorrow.
Just call them TXT and then call it a day.
2x2. I'll call them 2x2.
Ew.
Because I feel like one day somebody will get mad at me on Twitter, and they're like, she doesn't even, excuse me, oh my god, I don't know why I'm so guilty. They're like, she doesn't even care about Tomorrow by Together. She calls them TXT. Dummy doesn't know her K-pop, and I'm like, no, my life is crumbling.
It's just easier to say.
That's true.
It flows better than
Tabatu.
tuba T by what is it? 2x2?
I'm calling them 2 starting now, but it's tomorrow about
That also
together.
just to me that just sounds like a tuba.
I mean,
And honestly, it's not attractive. So I'm just gonna continue calling them TXT.
2 by 2. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Tabatu.
Tabatu. It also sounds like Nosferatu, which
Maybe that's
is
what I was going
no.
for.
Which is a no for me.
Let's see. Ooh, I hate it, cause what's going to happen to all the live streams that are in V Live? I hope not. I saw somebody, but I feel like they'd be dumb to delete all those live streams. Because it's just like, that's like, why would they do that? Like, that's dumb. But
Yeah.
MySpace did, like, when MySpace got taken over by Justin Timberlake, they did like get rid of a lot of stuff. So that hurt me, because I was a MySpace artist and I used to upload music, so it was all gone.
Really?
It was bad.
How old were you? And you were allowed to be on MySpace?
No.
Okay. Because like I remember I had to sneak and make a MySpace thing. And I was like, I called myself Annie Mae, like anime.
Oh my god.
And I was like, no one's gonna know it's me. And I didn't even do that much on there. So to make music on top of that, no.
I was trying to be on my who is that girl who got famous? Paula Deanda. I was trying to be on my Paula Deanda, my Nicki Minaj, my Tila Tequila.
At age like 9
Yeah.
or 10. I don't
like,
remember how old.
baby, you left me on the playground, baby. Why you do this on the seesaw tonight?
I'm like, what the heck is happening?
Oh god.
It's kind of catchy though.
Thank you. It did go triple platinum, so
all my teddy bears bought them. I swear. They listen to it to this day.
Sorry, I'm so behind on comments. Okay, somebody said, where did Pretty Much go? They didn't go anywhere, like, in terms of, like, I feel like they're kind of the same as they were before. But I think because of quarantine, they were, like, not really producing stuff. Yeah, they're a K-pop. Oh, wait, I already read this. I mean, I guess that's probably the smartest thing to do, because they can control all of that, but they can't control whether new groups they have can be big as BTS. Yeah, so that's kind of, yeah, I agree. I have to like cover my eye because my eye's lazy. Plus, I'm sure Big Hit will stockpile BTS content for the new merger thing once they start listening. That's true. Low-key YG is struggling. The only group that's keeping them afloat is currently Blackpink. I feel like Akmu.
Oh yeah. I was like, what other groups do they have? Do they still have? No, they don't have E High anymore, right? Or do they?
AMG. Yeah, they have Winner. Honestly, I count in Winner as much not trauma, but as much as drama those two groups like fandoms brought in like 2000, like as much fanfare I should say that was around them in like 2016 around that time. I feel like it's quiet. It's real calm.
Yeah.
I heard one of the members Winner is having a solo debut or comeback, but it seems like they kind of fell off. It really does seem like YG is the Blackpink and Actor musician show. And then even more so Blackpink, because I feel like they have a much louder fan base. Big Hit is trying hard to create another group that will have the same amount of impact as BTS. My thing is their first mistake was not making their next group a girl group. And they may have been traumatized because of glam. But the thing is, I feel like it would have been more conducive, because I definitely think like a lot of armies, like as somebody who used to be very active in that fandom, a lot of them would talk about how it would be cool to have a sister group. And I think TXT, while obviously, BTS is a big sunbae, they're never going to outdo BTS in every way, but they're going to be compared to them, because after that rookie year, TXT and BTS are going to be up for all the same awards, because they're both boy groups, like all the same, like, like kind of the same. They're going to kind of fill the same spaces, because boy groups, I don't want to say they're interchangeable, but in terms of like advertisements and stuff like that, they're going to be going for the same thing. And so it's going to be like they're going to be competing, and TXT is never going to win out on that. I think if girl groups, it's just two different lanes that will never be competing. You know, there's female awards and there's male awards that they can't, you know, Big Hit could have had a monopoly on the award shows. Imagine coming through like them. Well, obviously there's other big girl groups, but like because of like that kind of push of the BTS fandom as like their foundation, they'll have like a boost over like Twice's and like, Blackpink's. And I feel like also people are really interested to see how a girl group would fare if they were handled in the way that BTS was handled. Like a lot of people were interested in that. So I feel like they really missed the mark and missed, you know, because I feel like now it wouldn't be as impactful, but back then people were really thirsty for that. So I feel like they really missed the mark with like making their first post BTS group a boy group, as opposed. And I know at the time a lot of people are going to mention at the time they didn't have any female trainees. They had let go of like, you know, some of the people who were in Gfriend had been let go and then like joined Gfriend or whatever. But I'm still saying they missed the mark. They should have got some female trainees.
Yeah, and I think like if they announced they were getting female trainees, you know how many people probably would sign up?
Exactly.
And how many like so much talent they could like get from all those like auditions.
Especially like the girls that left SM. Imagine if they went to Big Hit. Like Lami.
Oh my gosh. They messed up. They should have been like, as soon as I heard they were leaving, they should have been like, oh, hello. We know you already have like, your face has been like on that Mickey Mouse Club, SM rookies. You wanna like stick a middle finger to them and join our group?
Imagine if they snatched up them, they snatched up like Somi, they snatched up like,
oh snap.
The world would have
They messed up.
Most people just say TXT. No one ever really says Tomorrow by Together. Okay, that's good because I feel like that's enough. You lost 3 days just getting through their whole name. No.
Yeah.
Like Big Hit is essentially trying to make sure they can relate BTS to anything and everything because they know the fans will buy and view it as long as BTS. That's true. The MySpace thing was a mistake. Yeah, given to Justin Timberlake, he really thought he could revive it. Tom dipped for a reason.
Tom. I just like how he never updated his picture. He's just like always just like
with the same shirt, with the same Hanes shirt.
Like, you didn't even try.
My MySpace was blinged out. It's in skulls. It was Emo Me's Paris Hilton. GD is working on an album now, but knowing how much of a perfectionist he is, we don't know when it will come out. Oh yeah, I keep on forgetting that Big Bang is still on that label. Well, except Koreans, LOL, even the boys have said they like being called Tomorrow by Together instead of TXT. I just don't have the time. Like, that's no shade, but like, I feel like I speak really fast.
How do they have the time? Like, what?
안녕하세요. Tomorrow by Together. 입니다.
Maybe we start. I got tired. I went to sleep in the middle of that sentence. Can we just change it to TXT? I don't know.
Jay should get an eye patch for his streams. I'm about to, honestly.
I was thinking, I was like, channel your inner corpse.
Hit me like you choke me because you woke me up from a deep sleep. I was dreaming.
Just imagine. You should make that into a parody.
It's not even a good parody. It's like an I forgot the words parody, so I just said anything.
People would identify with that. Who knows after choke me?
That's true. But it's like the PG-13 version. Jay trying to be the next American Boa at age 10. I truly was. I'm your number one. Or is it you're my number one? I probably was doing K-pop covers, to be honest. Hey guys, I have to leave for a second. Around the time y'all were talking about the different makings with their nice. Oh, hey, Leanne, welcome back. We just kind of went through the different rankings, talked about like some of the trends since it was showing like from 2020 to 2019 to 2020. But yeah, it was just in general. We were just talking about it, but we kind of moved on to like free talk. So, you know, if you have anything, although I'm probably going to wrap up soon just because it's coming on like 3 hours. So I was trying to keep this around 2 just so it's easier for like people who watch the VOD back. But let's read these couple last comments, and then we can wrap up. Honestly, they're the next group. Wait, honestly,
Their
they're.
next group.
Oh, can you just read it? Because I'm really blind out here.
Honestly, their next group should have been a girl group in the begin.
Oh yeah, I think it's
Wait.
supposed to be
Oh,
beginning.
in the beginning, a lot of armies were really interested in Blackpink before they became competition.
That's true. Can we talk about that? As somebody who was a once in 2015, 16, it was so weird to see like go from like BTS fans, because I also was a BTS fan, kind of like ignoring Twice and really loving Blackpink, to when that cataclysmic, whatever you want to call it, catastrophe that happened between them started happening. BTS fans liking Twice now and hating Blackpink. Like, that was weird for me, I think, to see. But yeah, I agree. It definitely would have been cool to see a girl group big hit. The armies were always talking about wanting a girl version of BTS. If they debuted a girl group, it would have been so popular. It would have. I remember that was like a topic on some of the forums like every other day.
Yeah.
Andre says, but I feel like females would only want to go to Big Hit because of BTS. At least that's what I've heard. Reason they want to be. I mean, but I feel like before BTS was like these like international boy group heartthrobs, I'm sure there was like some girls that want to be there. I don't know. I would want to go there. I think like if I was a boy, I would want to go there too, because it's like, although BTS are like, you know, cool individuals, unique individuals, it was part of like how Big Hit promoted them that made them popular. And like a lot of the stuff that they did was just good practice in general. So if I was an idol, I'd be interested to go to a company that has that kind of mindset or has that kind of like promotional strategy for a group.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, I think like it would definitely have attracted like people that were just in it just to meet BTS.
That's
But
true.
then there's like also like the people, as you said, that are in it for like the business model, like the fact that they got BTS to be so big. Like
the built-in, because the thing is, BTS is like the biggest, like most like, you know, influential fandom right now. Like if they don't hate you, which I don't think they would hate a new girl group, you literally have CIA level security on your side. Like you are getting, you know, you are getting whatever awards you want, you're getting X, Y, and Z or whatever. Like as long as they have that big hit company bond, I'm sure they would show out for the girl group, and that's like a guaranteed, you know, flowery road to walk during your debut. Now I want Daily Dose eye patch. Make the I have to get one first, and then I'll put a spoon here.
a spoon.
I don't know. I saw somebody put a spoon. Sorry, I made
balance it?
Well, they're actually trying to depuff their eyes, so I guess
That's what I remember seeing that.
Yeah,
that was in that movie 13. I don't know why I always remember that. That's the only thing I remember about that movie. And that there were 13.
Also, LD, don't apologize for your typos. I'm literally the typo queen. Leanne says, that's why like a lot of times I'll just send more voice memos, because I'm like, if I type this out, it's fitting to look like hieroglyphics, so let me not even bother.
You're better than me with the voice memos. When you send them to me, sometimes I'm like, should I do the same? And then I'll start and I'm like, and then no. And then I have to type, because like I feel like I do typos when I speak.
Speakos,
so
if
it's
you
worse.
will. That's so funny. Like I always feel bad, because I feel like people feel like they have to respond to me in voice memos when I voice mumble, but no, it's just like literally I feel like it would take forever for me to type.
That's good to know.
Swiggle says, but I wonder if Big Hit can even debut a girl version of BTS. We're talking like 2003 or 13 BTS, because the girl crush concept is so oversaturated right now, and with Blackpink or even ITZY, how could they compete? And that's why I feel like they missed the mark, because at the time it wasn't. I feel like they missed their like, you know, mark of when they could have done it, and it could have been like a moment. But also, yeah. I think there's this assumption also, and I remember like talking about this with a lot of other ARMY back in the day, this assumption that like a female group from Big Hit would be exactly like BTS in terms of music and stuff like that. But I'm like, I mean, you could still have one that's marketed like BTS, but be like a bubblegum, some Chugi or whatever, like a group that writes their own music, does their own stuff, but has a total different music style. Like they could be like, you know, acoustic IU type stuff. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I think it's time to wrap up the stream. Jasmine, any last words?
You should listen to Schumann's OST. That's all I have.
Yes, promote your fave. I think I'm going to promote my fave too. You guys should check out the live clip of Dio singing That's Okay. His voice, like chocolate, butter, and caramel, per usual. He was probably doing his warm-ups in the army. He's still
I mean, he was in that musical.
Oh, yeah, that's
Schumann.
true. Yeah, I was going to say Schumann was in it. They were like, we're going to show out. That is so interesting, though, that you can just be in a musical while in the army. Not saying that you shouldn't be able to do anything or something like that, but you shouldn't. Yeah. No, just kidding. But also, for you guys who don't know, usually on Fridays or Saturdays is the live stream, but we switched it up. Honestly, my computer wasn't even working yesterday, so like luckily we did it today, or I would have been in hell. But yeah, so it's weekly here. And then also, if you want, I also stream every now and again on my Twitch, which is, let me type it in the chat, Pink Lode. Wait, no. Twitch.
You want me
to? .tv.
Literally, your thing is the first thing that comes up when I type in Twitch.
Woo!
So I could just send it.
Oh, that works. Yeah, Pink Cloud. Sometimes I'll do like little things on there. Sometimes I'm actually thinking of like, if I'm going to do, I was going to put up a poll about maybe doing like a midweek show or something like that. Just something short, a lot less like elaborate than this. So if I do that, I'm going to do it there. And then also I wanted to, I don't know if any of you guys might be interested in this. It might be lame, but I was thinking of maybe doing like productivity streams where I kind of just show you guys how I look for information and set up certain things and do like, you know, graphics for the streams and stuff like that. If you guys are interested in that, especially those of you who have expressed interest in streaming or making YouTube videos, if that's helpful. So I'm going to do that over on Twitch just because it's more conducive. And then sometimes, you know, if I am just feeling, I don't even know, courageous, I'll like sometimes like react to videos and stuff. They're kind of strict over there, but sometimes I do it. And also, Jazz, do you have any links that you want to promote?
Nah. I don't even have a Twitch. I have a thing, a username. I don't have anything on it.
When are we gonna see our first Jazz stream? The Shoe-minute.
Never. Just a minute each time. I stream for 1 minute. If you miss it, you can catch the VOD.
You delete the VOD after every
You have to be there on time. It's gonna be spontaneous too. So you better be on top of that.
They better GPS track you and everything you do. Oh, okay. People are expressing interest. Okay, that's cool. That's good. Okay, that's great because I'm trying to like create more content and stuff that you guys might want to see. So yeah, I'll be over there, and I feel like that's like a quick way to update. I'm gonna try to utilize the community tab more too for like updates. Like yesterday, my computer wasn't working, so I had to eat the stream's existence. And all my updates were through my story because I just feel like most people follow me on here. So if I want to like, you know, because I never want to like force somebody to follow me on Twitter or whatever, even though that's like sometimes the quickest way to disseminate information. So I'm going to try to use the community tab. It's just that YouTube is really annoying when it comes to like pushing out information to people. I love how I'm just doing this whole spiel and Jasmine's like, all right.
So, oh, no. I just read that somebody was like, what lip color are you wearing? So I went to get my lipstick.
Beauty channel
so
Jasmine 2020.
I was like, it's Maybelline.
Wait, maybe she's bored with it.
It's called Composer 112.
Ooh, Composer.
It's Super Stay Matte Lip. Like, Super Stay Matte Ink. There we go. Raul, it's like all my lipsticks.
Oh, is that a good?
I have like 500.
What kind? Is that like a liquid lipstick formula?
Yeah, it's like just like, yeah, it stays on really well. That's why I like it.
Yeah,
so I can
sponsorship.
Drink, eat. It doesn't really stain that much.
Oh, that's nice. I like lip stains for the same reason, except they don't show up on my top lip for some reason because it's dark. But Raul said link your hairstyle.
I don't even know. I went to my mom's hairstylist. I have no idea what that was.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll catch you later. Bye.
Have a good night.
evening.
Or good morning.
Good afternoon. Or good
Yeah,
evening.
that too.
What is it? Or good brunch. I don't know. What is that brunch time called?
Nude?
Oh, a good nude. A good nude, apparently. A tasteful nude, actually. Thank you very much.
Oh gosh, wow.
All right, guys. Bye. Thank you for coming through. Wait.